We've already done it. We've done it. We have chilled. It is cooler than it has been the last couple of days, especially Monday, Tuesday. So that's a big success. Hello there. Hello there, everyone. Yes, not looking to build anything today. That doesn't mean we won't be building. I can't promise that. Can't promise that. We might be building a few little things, but mainly just potting out, sorting, and I forgot the desk. You know what? It's early on in the stream. Let me go grab the desk. Let me grab it and put it up while we wait for everyone to hop in because I'm 40 minutes early. Hello there, Ninjago fan. Hello there. What are you doing here 40 minutes early? All right, let me grab the table. I've got a box to sort out today as well. I don't know if we'll be breaking down too much. I still want to look for those Imperial logos. Those Imperial logos from the Solo Battle Pack. This is the table. So I've got this to fold up, right? The plan for these streams is to have a table there that I can put drawers on. And this has got some stools in it as well. We don't need the stools, although one of these at hand would be very handy for sitting down there at the drawers. I didn't even think of that. And this, I'm hoping fits. I haven't even sized it up. Maybe we should size it up first. Lock it all in place. We don't want it falling. Not with Lego on. Anything else might be all right. We've got a foot out as well. Should be fairly easy to put this up, right? Hello there. Hello there, Moon Shoes. Hello there. No worries. Stay as long as you like. Has anyone seen the new Smart Play set? Has anyone seen the new Smart Play set? It popped up. Oh, it must have been on Instagram earlier. There is an easier way to do this. It popped up earlier. And it's the first Pokemon Smart Play set. Doesn't look too good. I'll be honest. I'm not a Pokemon fan, right? So I don't think I would have enjoyed it. Ouch. A little bit of who knows what in there, right? That's a bit too low. We might need to increase the height. I don't think I would have enjoyed it, no matter what the Pokemon set would have had. But the placement of the smart bricks, like, come on. Hello there. Hello there. Welcome. Brave Fish. That is totally how you're meant to pronounce that name, right? I smashed it, didn't I? I'll see if I can get up the post of the Pokemon sets. Sorry, headphone users, if that was a bit loud. I think height-wise it's pretty good because the drawers on top should meet to be level with a desk. You won't be able to see it. Get the other end up as well. Yeah, the Pokemon set is the Charizard with the Jolteon. I absolutely love all the evolutions, so a little disappointed with how they looked because having Simba, the brick built Simba, who's probably like a quarter of the price. I think it said it was coming with 2 smart bricks, so we're looking at like potentially 140 quid for like a 30-40 quid set. Maybe 45 tops. I can't remember if there are any other scenes and bits. All right, do you fit? And how heavy? Oh, you're nice and light. Oh, wait a second though. You ain't popped in. There you go. And it's a very fragile table, isn't it? As long as it holds the drawers, it's cool. If it buckles under that pressure, we might have a problem here, chat. And then, see what I'll do. I'll lift this end and see if we can push it in. Let me see if I can pull up the Instagram post. Smart Play Pokemans. Hello there. 362 days until your birthday. Happy early birthday. Gotta be, yeah, I'm the second one. Hey. Let's see. Oh, wait, there's more? There's more? More? Why are they all being found on shelves early? And what is threads? I don't want to do threads. I don't want to do instant messages. I don't want any of that, thanks. Just the original post. But where's the post that I saw? There's 4 sets I'm looking at. Okay, 3 of them are on store shelves. I won't show the other one. But where's the other? Oh, that one's quite cute. Where is... Oh, again, get rid of threads. I don't know what that is. Were they... Oh, hold on. I think 3 of them were on the one post. Okay, that makes it easy. Where's the one that I found, though? Because I was wondering, with these Pokemon sets, how are they this early? All right, there's a Facebook post. That'll do. How are they this early on the shelves? The image I saw didn't look like it was edited much, if at all. And it was on a store shelf. But it's May. It's the end of May. I assume there's going to be a stream early on in June. And then that will lead to their announcement for July. And there'll be a July set. But May. Thanks for hanging. Oh, can't believe we're so early. All right. So, oh, this image. No, I don't want the image. I wanted the post. Oh, I've deleted. No. I can find the link. Yes. All right. So this is the one that I saw. I'll only flash it up. It has been found early. Lego haven't announced it yet. Who made the boo-boo though? Like who's accidentally putting this thing on shelves? Who's it posted by as well? Brits Brat TV over on Facebook found this early, and I guess they bought it, right? Sometimes it doesn't go through at the till, so I don't think you can call someone over for it. It's got 2 bricks and 4 tiles, but it's unfinished. There's studs on the legs, like Jolteon. Maybe it's for the fur, maybe. It's not cheese slopes though, is it? So that's the first one. I like the Pokemon ball. That's decent. Yeah, Jolteon, I wish they did a bit better. I'd love to collect all of the evolutions, but Eevee weren't half bad. A lot better than the Mega one. Just expensive. And Jolteon, 2 Smart Play bricks, 750 pieces. No chance that's more than 80 quid. No chance that's more than 80 quid. I don't know if we have prices for these. I haven't been keeping up with Pokemon. Like I say, not really a Pokemon fan, so none of it's interested me. I don't think this is going to fit. Oh, it might fit if... Wait, does it go over? Oh, it goes over those tubs. It might fit. Come on. Oh, don't knock anything. It's the worst time to do that. Oh yeah, it does fit. I've just got to push these tubs forward, and I think it sits on top, right? Does it sit on top? Oh, you're on... Oops, didn't see that bag there. Or do you not sit on top? No, you gotta... All right, we'll take this away then. And there we go. We now have a little side desk for the drawers. Sweet. That is going to be so handy. So awkward to put away after stream, but so handy to have a platform for the drawers. You can't see it. I've essentially doubled the space on my desk. We've got the desk mat, that's usual, and then there's probably 3 times what you see over to the left. So that's at least 6 drawers, if not potentially more. Maybe we have a few hanging off the back. There's a little bit of space. Smart brick wire. Yes, Jolteon. They had to lock one of the evolutions behind the smart brick. It's not the only... These are probably all smart play sets, aren't they? Let's have a look before we judge them. Let's have a look. See if they are all smart play sets. There's another 3 which have been found, you know, potentially. I think that these could all be... No, I'm trying to think, like LAN members, perhaps someone's accidentally revealed it or that, but these images aren't too clear. Look at this. So there's the one that we just saw with Jolteon and Charizard, and then there's Jigglypuff. That's to add 2. That's probably going to be a tenner. That won't be too bad. Reminds me of some of the Fortnite builds you've got. There's a new one coming out. The tomato, that's it, tomato head. Wait, that's got so many... Oh, I guess smaller parts in it. That's got quite large elements. That's fair. Yeah, it's probably going to be a $12.99 set then. I think that one should be $9.99. But look, Sonic's car. Would you rather have Jigglypuff or Sonic's car? Depends if you're a Pokemon or Sonic fan. You get the mic. That's fun. I'll give them that. Where was the Durburger? Was that bigger? Because that has a load more parts. Or has that just been wiped off the face of the earth? Because it's not 55 quid. And these are all the Fortnite sets, right? Yeah. So Durburger's been wiped off Lego.com. Isn't that still available? Can't I pick up the Durburger? No, not through Lego I can't. That was also $12.99 though. So, close enough. You hope Umbreon does not get locked behind the smart brick. Don't give him any ideas. Already have the Speedster. Sonic's car. It's a good set. Really good set. I'd probably have picked it up with the other cars if I didn't have the figures already. Haven't parted them out though. Guess we stick to Star Wars go-karts. Oh, this is only the first two. Let's see. Oh, the other two. I like Charmander in this, in the stylistic approach. I think it's fun for... It's a 6+ set. These are all... And you know what? It surprises me that none of them are 4+. I feel like this one could be 4+. Maybe there's a few too many 1x1s. But I feel like it could be 4+. And then Cubone and Gengar. No figures. A few different Pokeballs. None in here. Got a little Geodude launching platform. And something that maybe breaks off. Yeah, a nice Ultra Ball there. And then we had the regular Pokeball in the big set. Of course, that's locked behind there. These are going to be easy part outs because of... Lego have tried to make them exclusive to the sets with the eyes. The eyes are just such easy part outs though, aren't they? It's Lego. I don't think Lego needs printed eyes. It's nice that they give it. It's nice they give it for those of you picking up the set. No chance though. At least they're only like 200 parts. That's probably 400 parts, 100 parts. So 10, 20, 40 quid and then maybe 80 quid for the big one. This is the same price as a Star Wars. Could be the same price. I don't have any prices. Could be the same price for one of the Star Wars sets with one brick. So this could be the sort of set if you've got Mos Eisley, if you've got the ATST, and if you've got a family that like Pokemon, you could pick this set up, keep the smart bricks, gift the builds. Although I suppose Lego, the whole point is, you know, building it. Just remove the smart bricks. Would they be using it? Would they be using the smart bricks? Maybe. Maybe they're missing out, but either way, interesting. Hello there, Amila. Interesting. Can you see the last image? The, this one. Nope. This one with Charmander and Gengar, yes. And Cubone. Cubone would have made a really cool minifigure. The problem is now, are we going to get an Ash Ketchum that looks like 3PO? Is that going to be our Ash Ketchum? Because these Pokemans are massive. And Charmander, who is tiny, is about half the size of Charizard. We already have a Charizard, granted. These aren't the only Pokemon sets. Let me know if any of you want to see any of those again, because we still have the sets that just aren't selling out. Whoa, they sold out all 10 copies 5 times before they come out, and they haven't gone out of stock since. Despite the, I think, end of April. No, when did they come out? Did they come out end of April, or did they come out end of March? They might have come out end of March, and then end of April, we got the gift with purchases back a few weeks later. So, yeah, I think everyone that wanted them bought them or pre-ordered them and then put them up for sale when they arrived. The thing is, this set looks good. This is genuinely the best Pokemon Lego set that there will ever be. It's pricey, but it's not Death Star pricey. You know, 500 quid to Pokemon fans is nothing if you've got some of those expensive cards. The problem I have is that Eevee is £55 when Simba did the same thing. And this is my problem with Lego generally. Young Simba the Lion, £115. I don't even think that's expensive Disney standards. You could get a plush Simba that's more money than that. So they come out with a £17.99 Simba, which I'll be honest, I thought was 25 quid. When I was speaking about this earlier, I said Simba was 25 quid. I was chatting with Tinks, and turns out £18. And I got Simba on sale for like 12 quid. I got a third off an £18 set, which is crazy. Imagine getting a third off this, which will happen. Eventually, this will likely go a third off on clearance, especially Smith's, Entertainer, even some weird places like Costco. And Amazon will be forced to price match them for as long as they're in stock. And what's that? $5.80? What's a third of 580? Double it. £387, we'll say. They normally round up. £387 still. I think that's a steal for this set. The only thing is you have to buy it even if you just want to display one. Again, you could part it out. The eyes here are more awkward because of those shapes. Oh, let's see. So for Venusaur, I'm thinking white half round jumper, then a blue half round tile, and then just a red circle on the eye. I think that's the closest you can get. For Blastoise, for Blastoise, is that a 1x1 corner slope? If so, maybe a brown decal will be all that helps. Although I think it's a cut-off wedge, cut-off sloped wedge. So that it's quite awkward to part out these eyes because I looked at doing it before. Charizard, you're going to have to use a 1x1 in white and then like a rounded plate or tile, and it's just not going to look as good as they do right now. Although I think Venusaur's the easiest to part out. That's a good one. You'd prefer to get the Mega Bloks Pokemon, especially with the prices. The prices of the Mega Bloks Pokemon. I'm just going to be breaking this down. Let's keep the Pokemon on screen. Let's maybe not advertise this one. Let's see what the other ones were like as well. The Mega Bloks Pokemon had functions as well. They were so cool. I never built one. And that's one of the biggest things I regret, not looking for the Eevee when it was on sale. Because I thought we'd have plenty of time. And then we didn't. The start of the year flew by. I thought I was going to have so much more time to pick up Eevee. And yeah, just didn't. Not as much as I wanted, at least. Okay. Not the ads. All right. Leafs. Oh, I was going to say, where's my leaf pot? I couldn't find it because it's half empty. Half empty and covered in webs. Yeah, I don't think I'll be looking at any of the Pokemon sets, though I don't think that's too much of a surprise. I'm not a massive Pokemon fan. I don't think there's been anything new released as there are announced. 149, something's come out. But by the looks, let's go newest. Yeah, by the looks, nothing new announced that they didn't already have up on the site. We just got the close look at the Pokemon, which... smart play. Am I right? Oh, wait. Have we got, speaking of Pokemon, have we got... I'm not logged into ideas. Aha. I don't think I'm logged into ideas on here either. But I wonder if we can see any of challenges. There's a Pokemon one. There's a Pokemon one that's finishing soon. I think it finishes June 1st. Prehistory. Wait, that's the taco stand with the dinosaurs. 2 dinos and a taco stand. Voting phase with 14 days left. Okay. Voting phase is over for Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice. Student challenge. Is this the Pokemon one I'm thinking of? Oh, wow. Some really good builds. So, we now know The Lego set. I don't know if this was a gift with purchase. I have 1 vote left. Can I vote even if I'm not logged in? In fan vote. Oh, so this is the most voted so far. But what? Where's the like? Oh, challenge info. I'm blind. Never mind. I'm blind. It was all me. Are you ready to make Pokemon history? Nope. How it works? Oh, we know how the thing works. What are we looking for? Pokemon allowed. There was a list of Pokemon. Ah, executor. Is that the egg palm tree one? Is that the palm tree egg? Yeah. Okay, I know this one. I don't know what that first word. Alolan. Maybe that's the type of Pokemon. I'm so out of my depth when it comes to Pokemon. How many Pokemon things have you joined? First someone animating an Eevee, now this. Welcome. Welcome. How did Lego create Eevee's legs and Tau? I think it was ball joints. We'll have a little look. Dragonite I know as well. Gengar, I know. I don't recognize any of these other. Gyarados. Jigglypuff. Joltik. Oh, Joltik. I know, but that's out of my area of expertise. Machamp, Meowth, Mew, Mewtwo, Ninetales, Tinkaton. I don't know what any of these other ones are. What? That's a massive. I mean, I'm assuming this one's actually pretty big, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a small creature with a regular-sized hammer. So, Joltik, Gyarados, Mew, Arceus. Oh wait, Rowlet. I kind of remember the owl. Why have they got so many ears? See, I don't remember the powers or anything for that one. If I like the Mew. That's cool. We can get a closer look at all of these. That one's cool. It's got the little bit sticking out as well, like it's crashed through the cards. I like that. And then you can remove the Pokemon from the middle, because it's not just a Pokemon card. It's one built out of Lego. You got your webs, you got your electricity, and you got a little plug. Why does it look like a plug? It's also very Game Boy adjacent, isn't it? It looks very Game Boy. Massive hammer. Yep, definitely you. Dangerous. Alolan is one of the Pokemon regions. Thank you. Thank you. I thought so. Sounded right, didn't it? This one's sick though. I like the GIF of the 360. I don't know if it will be popular. It's third popular at the minute, so it beats Mew, which is a surprise. I thought Mew would be the most popular, but maybe because Mew's so overdone, and I see a lot of Mew. Mew is everywhere. The Pokemon fans don't want Mew. It's the sort of thing that will catch my eye and I'll recognize it, because Mew's just one of the most marketed characters. That's what it is. So I think that's got it going against it. Look at that though. It's like a little insectoid. It's got what, 4 legs? 6 legs? 4 legs. So 4 legs. Oh, it's a tick. Oh, it's a tick. Joltik. It's a jolt tick. An electric tick. A tick is like a bitey insect. It bites, eats, sucks up the electricity, and that's why it's got a plug socket there. You know what? Oh, you said I had a vote. You said I had a vote. Get out of here, Lego. I'm not signed. You know what? Does it automatically sign me in if I click sign in? I might be voting for this one. I won't do it yet. Do I sign in? It's loading. I'm signed in. All right, I do get a vote on the other monitor. For the minute, this is the one for me. You have a Japanese Joltik card. I mean, it has. See, if I got into Pokemon, it would have to be the Japanese cards that I collect. Because the arts, I wouldn't understand the languages, but I'm not playing the game. It would be to collect, and the arts on the Japanese cards. Some of them to look really nice. Let's get rid of some tabs as we go through it. Gyarados. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I do know who Gyarados. I know who Gyarados is. The more I say it weird, the more I'm going to say it weird. And a big card. I notice how a lot of them, though, have kept the shape of the card. They've kept the shape. The electricity was out on the last one. There's a little puddle at the bottom, helping it stand. This is going to be fragile unless it's on the wall. I think it would be better just to have these drips hanging and this to be a wall one, but Gyarados. See that head? They're the sort of eye elements that I was thinking of for the others, but you still need to print the eye. It's nice because you've got the head and you've got a tail design. All you need to do is bump out the body, which you can do with the Mosasaurus build. Have a crack at that. And you've got yourself an actual Gyarados, but that requires modification. I do like the fact that the last one popped straight out. That was cool. Also have a Japanese Cramorate. All right, I'll have a look at that. Thanks for hanging. Cramor, you know what? It's Pokemon. I don't even trust the internet. I'm gonna open this one up off stream because who knows? Oh, this is a pretty tame Pokemon. Right? Nothing weird. Besides, I'm gonna have to pop this up now. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the exact same. Why are they guzzling Pikachu in like all their arts? Pikachu, 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 Pikachu. They're like 2/3 of the time they got Pikachu in their mouth compared to fish for the rest. We're not including the middle ones. Cramoran. How does the Cramoran? Oh, Cormorant. Cramoran. Oh, so that's a type of bird. Oh, it's on the nose. They just expect you to not know the bird, I guess, or know it. Yeah, I can see that. Missing the Pikachu in the mouth. I can see that, though. Hello there. Doing good, thank you. Doing good. Gyarados is good. You know what? I'm going to actually flick through all the images. Maybe there's an angle that I can appreciate here. It's all built on the side, just like most of the arts. This is it. This is the angle. It's leaning back. See, I feel like it centers the head, which I don't think is the heaviest part. I think this right here is like the center of mass. So you'd still want it leaning up against a wall. And that's the thing with a lot of these designs. They're built digitally. They're not built physically. This is too tall. You need to push this maybe a stud and a half, maybe 2 studs forward. So I don't think that one's going to work. Hey, we got another Pokemans. I'm going to keep calling them Pokemans. Does that annoys you? Sorry, not sorry. We got another Pokemans that pops out, though. And a psychedelic background. I'll be honest, not a fan of that. I don't know if the lily... Oh, wait, that's the boomerang. It's a boomerang lily pad. Okay, some Moon Knight stuff going on. I think it's too much. I think that one's too much. All 5 of these have done really well. They've passed through the rounds that they've needed to, but I think this one's trying a bit too hard. And not to say you should not try for these things, like it's nice to see them trying, but it just feels, yeah, I think it's the fact the frame is out. I think if the frame was back and we had another leaf, can I pause this? Because this is making me dizzy. No, don't do that. Oh, come on. The GIF is just a bunch of images. Let me save one. Yeah, the frame popping out as well as everything else is a bit much for me, but again, it's one of the top 5. Congrats. This one's cool. This is what I wanted from the other one. You got the change of eyes. the frames at the back, and then you've got the scenery popping out. Oh, it's between these two for me at the minute. It's between Joltik and Mew. Joltik's, I mean, same reason I said at the start, I think Mew is overused. There's too many Mews in the Pokemon pool right now. Whereas Joltik's, I can't say I've seen recently. Well, besides on the list of Pokemon that I was questioning about, who's Joltik? Excluding that, I don't think I've seen Joltik recently. All right, this is gonna get all real quick. Maybe we can put some of the drawers away, like the plants. There are no plants in here. Well, there's probably one plant, but that's it. I'm doing myself to keep getting plants. I'm gonna find a bag of them. Mew's good. Mew's all right. I quite like the way the legs are designed because it reminds me of the creator builds, but they've widened the feet a bit. And the background looks nice. It's half built on the side and then half built up. So you've got the grassy regions with the hills that go off into the distance. Maybe there's some trees, I don't know what sort of elements they are. Because this is all studio rendered, a lot of this is studio rendered, I don't know that for sure. That could just be one of those headlight bricks for the trees. I mean, it's Pokemon animation, very round edges. Mew's nose, I need a reminder of what Mew looks like. Okay, we're safe. Yeah, I don't feel like Mew has that prominent of a nose. I feel like it's just a little bit. They could have got rid of whatever plates underneath there. At the same time, it doesn't actually stick out that much. It's emphasized because it's Lego on dome pieces, which you can switch out. There's no way you're doing anything else and getting that smooth of a head. What else have we got? Leaning back a little? No, it is quite big. The impressive thing with Joltik, now I'm looking at it, actually, I think they're all quite big. Was there a parts count that they had to hit? Because, yeah, this is bigger than Mew. This is bigger than Mew alone. Maybe there was a part count that they had to hit because Lego are turning this, I thought, into a gift with purchase. Now I'm seeing the size. I'm thinking they're turning this into a full-blown set, which would make more sense at this size, rather than just doing a gift with purchase, which would be nuts. What's the spending threshold for getting something like this? Through the roof, that's what it is. More than the spending threshold is more than you're going to be spending. And I don't know how that works. It doesn't. Oh, look at the wires. The more I look, the more detail I get. And I like that in a Lego set. Love it. Yeah, you've got the wrong sort of plugs. Those sort of plugs don't work around here. I think there's a big thing for Pokemon in America because the anniversary is being led by Target, which, nice, fair enough. Was this the last one? Was this the last one? I think it was. The mythical Arceus. I can't read that, but I'm gonna say it's Arceus. The original one. Wait, wasn't that meant to be Mew? I have no idea. Don't hold me to that, but I feel like Mew was, in my head, the original, not the original Pokemon. What was the importance of Mew? Someone school me in Pokemon right now. Who is the Mew and why is the Mew important? What was up with Mew? Because there's something, I know that much. There is a something. Who is the Mew? Have I seen the new drama with Bricks and Minifigs? No, I don't hear anything actually about Bricks and Minifigs. I have only heard them come up in conversation twice. I'm in the UK, by the way, so no Bricks and Minifigs over here. There was once one conversation that they were going to be expanding into Europe. Never happened. Dependent on what this drama is, maybe that was for the better. And the other conversation was, in the UK, we have a store called B&M, And there was confusion when on the Lego Reddit, people started referring to bricks and minifigs as B&M, and it led to a lot of disappointed UK fans thinking they could get Lego sets from like 10 years ago. Very confusing, but I haven't heard what's going on with it. Bought yourself 3 fans for your Lego studio. Can't believe you're saying this, but it feels great. In this heat, you're going to need all 3 fans. Go in at once. One for you, one for the Lego set, and the other for you as well, because Lego can't feel the heat. Still don't know who this is. Oh look, Lego Ideas. Must be a rare Pokemon that's not... What we should do, have a little look. Who else is building it? You've got Ideas. Oh, brickheads with ball joints. That's actually pretty nice. Ah, it's got this like waist thing around it, this accessory, and I think it's almost hidden in the card. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe that's a point for the card. Wait, but the ball. Oh, look at the ball. The Pokeball underneath. Damn, that's good. Looks like Grogu's pram at the front. Have to be honest, but that's what a Pokeball is, isn't it? It's half Grogu's pram. Oh, you're in the wrong drawer. Half Grogu's pram and half Grogu's new pram? Maybe he gets a red one post Mando. I like the design of it. Oh, I think it's about the same size as the other one as well. I don't know if I can decide here. Do I only get 1 vote? Can I not vote for 2? 1 vote remaining. 1 vote. Why? Why can't I get 5 votes? That would make it so much easy. And this is out of 756 creations, by the way. So there might be another one we prefer. You know what? This one's good. I don't even know what that element is at the front. It feels very material. I think this is the better display. But this is pretty. You know what? Wait. It's thick. This one's sleek. It's about 2 bricks thick. What's that element at the front? And Pokemon, there's going to be a sticker in it. This looks like a non-Lego element. That's what I'm going off right now. Is that a flower petal? No way, that's a flower petal. Hello there. Hello there, hello there. The heat will damage the light bluish grey and yellow it. Yes, mainly the sunlight, but yeah, the heat. Lego doesn't like heat, and Lego retains the heat as well. So that will just, you let your Lego get hot, the rest of the room's going to heat up too. And no one wants that. Not with these temperatures. No, thank you. The heat can go. Get it out of here. Bricks and minifigs. They allegedly stole $200,000 worth of Star Wars Lego everywhere on YouTube right now. Ooh, that's why you don't steal, you go down with it. Oh dear, I'll check out the video later. That'll be an interesting... What? Minifigs. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, it's a 10-minute video. $200,000. How do you even, like, I assume this isn't just a one and done nabbed. This is probably, oh, they, you know, have been probably been skimming or something. Oh, okay, a lot of bad experiences in the comments. I think it draws a negative thing, but oh, I see. And bricks and minifigs have put for that video to be taken down, and well, it's hard to take down a video without a claim, because then you falsify a claim that goes against you. Yeah, nice move making it all public though. I don't know between these two. I think because this stands up, if they'd angled it like this, it would have got my vote. I think I'm voting this one. I kind of want this set to be made, but I'm voting for this one, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. How do I vote again? Do I just click on it? The mythical Arceus. Vote for this. Confetti! Yes, you voted for this. 0 votes remaining. All right. You know what I voted for? Let's see. Let's see what comes out of it. And also, whilst we're on here, let's see what other announcements there have been. They announced everything on the blog, LEGO Ideas, fan vote open, for instance. Oh, look, today. Today that was. Thought by newest. A load coming out. Oh, no, these are the last couple days. Grand prize selection. Oh, build legacy of the Batmobile. Oh, there are some funny ones here. Oh, Hunger Games at 10k. Could we get a Hunger Games set in time for the new movie? No chance. These take years to turn around. But Perry the Platypus would be sick. That would be awesome. Oh, that hedgehog. That hedgehog's satisfying. What were we looking at? Oh yeah, grand prize selection. Hey, is this a gift with purchase? On top of the incredible prize, the grand prize will receive which fantastic fan vote, and you did the rest. I don't know what this was for. This looks like a gift with purchase. I don't think it's a set. Love the base and the cow and the bird. Little blue bird. Probably be swapped for a pigeon. Lego love a pigeon. And what was this? Grand prize. Unveil the 5 grand prize selections. Solid. I love the scale of that and the little stud shooters on it. Whoa. This is some Lego Batman movie. This is Lego Movie 2. Batman's vehicle, actually. Oh. Black Knight Batmobile. Nice. Wow, that's very sci-fi. That's sci-fi Batman there. Why's Batman driving a hearse? And then another tumbler. Not bad. I like this one. I like the little build. That one. Well, actually, this one's my favorite. But that one's pretty cool. I do like that one. That's a fun one. See how I vote? I didn't voted. Announcement in 105 days. Yeah, that wasn't me. I don't know what these are. I know the Blue Eyes White Dragon, because that's just what I hear with Yu-Gi-Oh! Never went into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know anything else about it. So I'm going to say that one's my favourite. But that mech looks cool. Maybe that's a card. Maybe that's not a mech. I'm seeing the leg through it. And they're coming out of the cards. Nice. But there's like 3. There's a foot. How does that work? Your favorite of the Pokemon ones is Arceus. Snap. Just purchase something risky on eBay. OG Django with Slave 1 and Figs, but you paid without buyer protection. Good luck. Good luck. May the bricks be in your favor. Be eating melted aliens for dinner. Yeah, I don't think they'll taste as good. They'll taste a bit funky. All these Pokemon sets have been pretty solid, which I guess Ideas have really improved. I know there was a big push, a big emphasis on some of the sets recently, but never went back to check, and they've definitely shut up since. I don't even have any 1x2s. I think that's the one that I'm missing, so we'll put all the little ones together. At least I know where they are. There we go. Oh, just built the alt build for the Captain Rex Mini Fighter. There's a few good alt builds out there. I've been working my way through them recently. Yeah, definitely this. It's second to last, but that doesn't mean much because it's just started today. Still 2 weeks left to go, so it could all change, which I think it will all change. Normally, there's no saying until like 2 days before. All it takes is for one of these to be shared, and suddenly it's flipped on its head. Ton of challenges on though. Build your hobby. Build building Lego. Load of rooms. Anyone built Lego? No one building Lego. Ooh, I think I've seen this. This would be a nice way to get a new spaceman. New astronaut. Little paint kit as well. I think we got the grey one though. We don't need a grey one. We need a specific colour. What colour astronaut would you want to see? Let's have a look at Evie. We said about that before we got distracted with ideas. Need to get all the drawers out. Made it into a speeder bike. Ah, I suppose you've got enough of the elements on the back of Rex's Y-Wing for the speeder bike. You really flush it out. That's an 8. Yeah, already running out of room here. I think the table should be the drawers that aren't immediately there. Like these 2 drawers are already here. So there's no point bringing those out if they're just behind me anyway. It's mainly for these ones over here that I have to come all the way back for. I don't have chat over there, so I can't see what you're all saying. I like the 1x1s that. Oh, Technic's down there. Let me grab how much space? Probably space at least 2, if not 3, pushing 4. I didn't think about reaching the back end as well. That's the tub I want to get done over the next couple of hours. We can do it. Just got back from the mall, got a Lego set from the Lego store. Amazing. No better feeling, is there? Picking up a Lego set at the Lego store as well. Treating yourself. Hello there. Hello there, Mark. Welcome back. Hello there, everyone. How is Evie connected? If you want to have a look at how the joints work, the building instructions are available for you to take a look at online. But I think it's ball joints. The legs only move forward and back because of how the bricks are built, but at least they're rounded off. The problem I have with the new, what was it? It was the Jolteon, the new Jolteon build, is that the legs aren't finished. No world are those studs finished legs. That's just not how, that's not how legs look. That's not how legs work. That's not how legs look. They could have at least told them off, or cheese-lopes. If they wanted them to look purposefully bumpy, cheese-lopes is the way to go. But Lego didn't. They just left it as it was. I'm realizing I'm going to need a few more tables here. Oh wait, Technic bricks? Yeah, I do kind of need those, but they're right down here as well. I'll swap those with 1x2s. Just leave that open. 1x2s. Oh, we got the bags. I'm going to need to start stacking tables. Where are the horns though? Let's see if we can find them. Did I put them back? I think everything's back in here now. Yeah. That's the one I'm looking for. You got a Lego set. What Lego set did you pick up? Wasn't Evie, was it? What are the odds that out of all Lego sets on store shelves, I got the one up that you may have picked? I was looking through all these sets that are coming out. We can get rid of those too. And there's not a lot coming out in June. I mean, there's 149. We can't sort by date yet, can we? We can sort by pre-orders, and there are 106 pre-orders. So maybe there are just over 100 now for June, now that May's gone. 84 available now. Let's have a look at the 84. Wait, let's get rid of the other two. Get rid of pre-order. Great. Great interface. Here we go. 84 new products available now. These should all be pretty good sets. I mean, that's our May wave. That's May. Right there. That is basically everything from May. How do I still not have all these pieces, all these drawers out? How does that work? I got the 1x2s, but none of the rest. Oh, and beams. Beams are on the floor. That would have been handy. Maybe I do it with the floor builds. Maybe some of these bigger ones can slot back and forth a few times. No, you're low down. 77093. Made a burger. Ooh, I just had wraps for dinner. Can't beat a wrap. They were nice. Oh, Zelda. Ocarina of Time. Another Nintendo IP, right? Zelda. Pokemon is... Yeah, Pokemon's Nintendo. Pokemon's Nintendo. Mario... Is Pokemon Nintendo? Or is Pokemon, like, Mattel or something? No, Mattel have Mega. I don't think Mattel would be giving Lego any of their licenses. Selling them to a competitor and vice versa. It's like Lego giving Mattel Ninjago. Never gonna happen. Unless something goes really wrong. Maybe Dreams, but definitely not Ninjago. Alright, they'll have to be cleaned. Where did that tub go? There you go. What if Mattel made Ninjago sets? Lego made Pokemon, we're seeing. We're seeing that already. What else did Mattel have? They've had like Halo, they've had... They had Hot Wheels, which Lego come out with their Speed Champions. It does feel like that was to combat the Hot Wheels bricks. Especially Lego coming from Stunts. Stunts doesn't line up to any of the new stuff. It feels like Speed Champions is strictly to go against Hot Wheels. Kind of out of depth there. But it worked. And I think Speed Champions is pretty successful. It's a nice... Like you say Speed Champions Scout, or you mention Speed Champions to a Lego fan, and there's a solid chance that they will know what you're talking about, because that's just how popular Speed Champions has gotten. It's even coming across to IPs, which I was hesitant at first. I still think like Lightning McQueen should have come with a little Cars reference, if you can get a figure in there. The DeLorean's pretty good. Probably one of the best Speed Champions that's come out of this theme. And if you're a car fan, I'm not, then you'll love all the cars that are in it, all the special cars. Or F1, Fast and Furious has a big fan base. They got some actual minifigure size cars. I wonder how many models, because we know that the models aren't selling as well as the playsets. Lego come out with the numbers last year. The models aren't selling as well, but they're more expensive. And because they're more expensive, they don't have to sell it. Like, this is like Netflix. It doesn't have to sell as well if they're charging more money. So I wonder if it will get to a point where with video games, less people are inclined to pay for DLCs and stuff like that. I think Season Pass is still doing well, but there are less people inclined to splash out on them. I wonder if Lego will get to a point where we'll see models start to disappear. And then, because Lego aren't making as many playsets and a lot of Lego fans have devoted funds elsewhere, I wonder if that sees a knockback on people then buying Lego sets if less sets selling. One way to find out. We got to stick through, right out the way. Hope we get more sets on the other side. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there, Bevel. Welcome. Still looking at getting that Hut Sentry droid though. Imagine a Luke's Landspeeder Speed Champion set. It's going to come out eventually. They could do Landspeeders in the Speed Champion style. I don't know if Star Wars stops that because they've got a Star Wars license. So would Lego just be able to put Speed Champions on the box like Smart Play? Does it need a new license? I don't know. Wait, what is Speed Champ? Wait, what is this? I ain't seen this before. That's more of a my-size car. That's very old school city though. Wow. And that's what, a time? It's got to be a special time to be like that, or a special place, a road sign of some sort. Yeah, Smart Play. I don't know when they'll announce it. I should check the stream, see if there's another stream going on. It's not about to be Star Wars anymore. Doesn't say Star Wars though. Where are the streams? Where are All right, let me find the link. Yes, live streams, got it. Oh, no. We knew about that one, right? We knew about Minas Tirith. You don't need to watch it to enter. You just go over to your rewards and it's there. So Smart Play got a stream, and that was on top of the Star Wars May stream, which is just the UCSN one. Surely Pokemon's gonna have a stream. It's usually up here a solid week or two beforehand. So we'll know when they announce it, if they announce it through stream. But now I'm starting to think they're not going to announce it through stream. And they'll just run it by. Look how many 3-length pins are in here. So many. Why are there so many 3-length pins? Oh, I know what this is. This is the ATST. That's why there's so many 3-length pins. This is the ATST build. Yes, I'm going to need to keep that tub out. I don't even think I need the pin and axe. Oh, this is the one that I don't need. Literally the one I was saying I don't need. The triple pin is the one that I do need. And maybe, just maybe the regular black pins as well. Because there's like 40 or something in half of these sets. Want to jump in on the 200k stolen Lego thing popping up everywhere? It's already popped up in this stream. What I'll do is I'll have a little look at the video, because wait, hold on, watch part 2 of the video on Patreon. Well, clearly part 2 is not very important if they've locked it behind a paywall. Either that or part 2 holds the secrets to stealing 200k in Lego. You got to pay for that. The whole video is there's the proof. You get 200,000 people to pay $1, and there you go. There's your money. Yeah, it's crazy though. 200,000. Is this just one account? Is this just like one 200k and done? Bricks and see if I can find a little summary that isn't on some sort of. Oh, it's for a Lego collection. Ah. YouTuber starts a cult and is raided by police. Unrelated. I clicked on something. Inside the 200k battle. Oh, wait. It's that YouTube. Is it that YouTube account? Huh. So according to this article, it's Reckless Ben that was involved. The guy who had the video. Is that what it is? All right, let's see if we can sort as we learn. What does everyone know? Give me the facts and I will make a guilty, not guilty judgment by the end of the video. I'm becoming a lawyer today. No, I am not legally responsible for anything that I say in the next couple of hours. Despite the fact that I just said I will be a legal representative. I am a very expensive legal representative and no one can afford me. Hope all his Patreon money goes to the guy losing 200,000. It would be cool if they raised money for it, for the person involved. Yeah. But yeah, all the articles seem to be about that person with the Patreon. Reckless Ben. Is this Reckless Ben in the video? Yeah. But at the same time, no. Okay, how old is this video? 23rd of May. That's like 5 days ago. And there was an update 7 days ago. Okay. It looks like a lot of fun. Anyway, this person is. Were they doing anything before this? Kind of. They've just hopped on it. Does seem to be what everyone's talking about, though. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. I've got a summary. I've got. This website has been removed. Um, ah, okay. Oh, yeah, it got removed. The certain word usage. Is it just this video? Everyone's signposting back to this video. What if it's a ruse? What if it's a ruse? The only issue is, right, this person, I don't know who they are, don't know how old they are, has kind of been online essentially threatening legal trouble, no? Like, that's just going to get them in trouble. Huh. Yeah, a lot of people claiming it's just a story, but at the same point, what's nice about this, regardless of whether this case is real or not, it does help a lot of people come forward with certain issues that they've had, because bricks and minifigs, as I understand it, is like a McDonald's. You don't go into a McDonald's and expect to have the same service everywhere. Every McDonald's is owned by a different person. It's run by different people. McDonald's don't run all their McDonald's. That just wouldn't be very cost effective. They lease it out. So you go into a McDonald's, it's a little local restaurant that uses the McDonald's name and gets all the McDonald's food delivered. Probably gets cheaper prices on it. I don't know if McDonald's deliver outside McDonald's. I doubt it. They'd want to keep some company secrets. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, McDonald's isn't a brand in the way you might think. They just lease out restaurants to people that want to run restaurants. Essentially, there's nothing stopping you from buying a restaurant and trying to get a McDonald's there. I didn't realize that was how it worked. I thought McDonald's just moved in. It turns out you can literally buy a McDonald's. This Ben tracked all of it down. Ah, I see. So he's like, he's doing an entertaining video, but there is some truth behind it. Ah. Oh, apparently episode 1 isn't as good as episode 2. I see. But apparently it's also wait a sec. They just made it an unlisted video. So many people do that, and it's fair. You've got to have some sort of trust in your audience, don't you, to make a Patreon video just an unlisted video, because anyone can find the link, and to a degree, I think YouTube can sometimes recommend unlisted videos, can they? Or can they not? I think it's only people with the link. It depends on what it says when you try and do it. Maybe it's only people with the link now. It used to be different. But still, if you're watching it, you should probably subscribe to the Patreon. That's why you find it sad everyone is targeted now. Yeah, people like to jump on the bandwagon. They say, I don't actually know where that phrase comes from. I assume it's just a literal jumping on the bandwagon. Like, I assume it's not too deep of a phrase. But everyone's going to be in on this, especially because the way the video is put out is as if they are walking such a fine line in this video. I haven't even watched the video, but just based on these comments and the reactions they're getting, they're walking such a fine line, because at what point does it become, what's the legal term? There's a legal term. What's the legal term? When you're bad mouthing a company, that will get you in trouble. That will get you in trouble. It's a very fine line. And if they've not been affected by it, we'll see how it goes. Maybe that's where the Patreon money's going, to legal fees. They might need it. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully not. Crazy 200,000 though. For what? For what in a Lego collection? Because I don't think there's really anything worth, not really worth thousands. Not the bricks and minifigs are gonna pay. Let's see sets. These are collections, so can we get sets? What's the most expensive set? Can we do by price? Set by price. By price. We can just do parts. We could do minifigure. We can't do it by price though. That defies the point. We can't do it by price. Most expensive Lego set. Let's see. The most expensive Lego set is the Death Star. No, not release. Not release. This way you can't trust the AI overview. I should have explained second hand. Most valuable Lego sets. All right, Star Wars Cloud City. That'll do. That's what I wanted. I wanted a name. Maybe this isn't the most expensive, but it's probably going to be. And this is selling for not parts. We want, because you can part it out for cheaper all the time. It's selling for a maximum of 3,700. 3,700. Let's run some maths. 200,000 divided by 3,700. That's 55 Cloud Cities. Actually, I feel like most people's Lego collections that they're selling are over 100 sets. So the sets are worth roughly half that. That's a lot of Lego. That's a lot of Lego to be selling that way. Thanks for hanging, Bevel. See you later. Slander, libel, yeah. There's another word. Maybe it's not the legal term. Maybe it's the slang term that I'm thinking of. They're both fancier words than I was gonna say, but that's exactly it, Moonshoes. Yeah, gotta be careful what you say on the internet. You don't have the facts to back it up, and oops. Oops, especially Bricks and Minifigs. The problem is Bricks and Minifigs being a brand name that's what I was getting at with McDonald's. They probably lease their stores out so that anyone can run a Bricks and Minifigs. And I don't know how they work, but that would make sense with the size of store that they are. And then they just, you know, get some of the profits for using the name. Same thing Lego do on Bricklink. Same thing a lot of companies have started doing because it's easier. Once you've got that bigger profit, it's the easy thing to do. No shame in it. But yeah, and if so, and they've got a lot of money to dally out some legal fees, which is a whole nother issue, isn't it? Hello there, Lego! Putting these bricks away is going to be fun. I might whack them back in the drawer. Take them out of a drawer for a little bit. And now they want to go back. Oh, I get the slopes as well. Let me get the cheese slopes down here. They can go on the table or under the table. Even better. Do I need wheels? No. There's no wheels in the ATST except for that one big one round its neck, which is exactly what the Darksaber needed. I realized the Darksaber just needed a wheel because it held up the ATST. UCS, ATST. How? How did it hold up that weight? Nuts. The amount of weight that was resting on it with the head, and then you could like put in figures, you could twist the head around, move the gunner's bit, and oh, it amazes me. I have no idea how they've done it, but I will be taking notes the next time I try and put together some sort of saber. Ooh, that's the good ones. Or better yet, just building the saber out of bricks, solidifying the torso anyway, and not having to worry about any of it. We made a pretty decent dent so far. Pretty decent dent. Look, there's like that whole section that I just scooped out. I think we can get it done today. And if so, I will be really impressed. What do we got? Oh, slopes. Slopes are away. Away with the fairies. Right at the front. I think they wouldn't want to sue as you can be open up to discovery. True. So if there is something going on, I think that's the line that you play, isn't it? If there is something going on, or it might be unrelated to this, but if they're like, a lawyer's going to have a crack. When there's this amount of money involved, a lawyer will have a crack and see what they can find. And they find anything and oops. Maybe that's another thing. They're a big company. They've probably got something to hide. Such a dark way of looking at it. But that's what the TV shows tell us. Those big companies and the news warns us about those big companies. It's funny how quickly it catches on, because realistically it's between the company, the person, and they're right to leave a bad review if something does go downhill. Maybe a nasty comment if they're really annoyed that they can delete later, because no one needs to see that on the internet for too long. But it's odd being on the outside of this, seeing how many people are looking in. I'm not the sort of one that would click on that article. You know what? I probably have seen it. It's probably been on my homepage or scrolling Google, and I've seen it and just kept scrolling. That's probably what's happened. I think that's why Bricks and Mini wanted the guy whose Lego was stolen to sue. Oh, to flip it. I see. Yeah, because if you're exaggerating to any degree as well, your claim gets shut down so quickly. Not from experience. I have zilch experience when it comes to legal troubles. As I said, I'm a legal expert for the next couple of hours, but not really. I know nothing on the case. Nothing on any of the cases. Lego is expensive though. I don't know why. It's like, what is it like? Actually, it's not like anything. With Lego, maybe it's jewelry. Jewelry can be expensive and can get way more than $1/5 of a mil. And you wouldn't sell all your jewelry at one place, because the more jewelry you're laying off, the bigger the discount. And maybe, we don't know the guy. I don't think it is this Ben. We don't know the guy that's had the Lego sold, do we? Do we? Any updates on the person? The thumbnail's weird though. Yeah, because no, the more you look at it, the worse that thumbnail is. No thanks. AI thumbnails, I am against. You know what? AI thumbnails, get rid of them. YouTube, ban them. Ban hammer. Anyone that's using sorry if you're watching this and you've used an AI thumbnail. Anyone that's using an AI thumbnail, banned. That's the ban hammer. Because I've actually broke my other hammer. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I broke my hammer the other day using it, and yeah, not good. It still works. You just got to hold it down and it locks into place, but it's also kind of broken. So I think I need to 3D print another one of these. But thankfully my printing has got better, and I've got a better material to do it, stronger material. So I won't be hammering any of you, hammering any of you in chat. Don't worry. Anyway. I'm sure it'll make for a fun few videos. Goes to show you how slow the Lego news is when you're talking about someone else's collection. But I do think if any of you at any point are looking to sell your collections, or leaving notes for others to sell it at any point, definitely break it up into smaller chunks. Couple sets here, couple sets there. I don't see, even if you had 50 Cloud City sets, I don't see Bricks and minifigures paying that much. They probably said, you know what it was? Because as far as I've read in the 2-3 articles I've looked at, and the video description and the comments, it was someone was promised that value, and that's what it was. That sounds to me like they had an evaluation and they expected to get that much money just because it's worth that much. Actually, if it's worth that much, it means you're not getting that much. You're getting up to like 10% lower. I don't know what Bricks and minifigs offer, but they got to make a profit, and they sell it with a little upward slope. Sometimes and not speaking for Bricks and minifigs here, I'm speaking for the other stores in the UK. Sometimes though, those stores that I'm speaking of can charge more than retail for a set that is still on shelf, and that is crazy. I understand about selling like secondhand Lego, but it's crazy that sets sell for more than what they're worth. It's a lot of convenience, and they do have a cashback system which does reward you the more you spend, but still the amount of money being to and fro between it. Oof. How do I get in on that? Hello there. Accidentally nicked yourself cutting roasted potatoes. I thought I got another paper cut this morning and I think I'm safe. I don't want to jinx it yet because it might show up tomorrow, but I think I think we're good. I think I'll live through it, paper cut or otherwise. Hello there, Colton. Going well. Does anyone have any £200,000 worth of Lego in the chat? Anyone sitting on an absolute gold mine of Lego bricks and not telling us, not sharing? Not sharing. It's crazy. Oh. Hopefully whatever it is, it gets resolved. I'm sure it's potentially already been resolved because everyone seems to be speaking about this AI video. But I think the fact that it's going on for so long, you know, there's probably something on both sides. And people saying the police are involved and this and that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of he said, she said. And I also think it's more so they're going after the franchise. So, okay, I've got to stop watching this because I'm not understanding half of these comments. They're not speaking my language. But I do think they've gone after bricks and minifigs as opposed to bringing it up with the store. I don't know if that's because bricks and minifigs are trying to defend the store. Oh, no. Oh no, these are open, they're everywhere. We've got blue pins running loose. Oh, this is just like the last time I booted up Slime Rancher. Oh no, with a not the hyper slimes, the saber slimes all got out and there were like 20 of them. I didn't realize you can't keep 20 of them together. I hadn't tried it before and they burst out. They were everywhere. This is actually a lot easier to maintain though because they're always in 4 walls of a drawer. Don't tell me that was all of them. There's an axe and there's a brick. Don't know why the axe head's in there. Look at that. Easy peasy. Where'd the blue pins go? There you are. What do I think of the Mando movie? Awesome. I have seen it. I saw it on Friday. Saw it Friday morning. Mando movie was very good. Yeah, it was amazing. Loved it. And you might buy his ship. The Razor Crest. The one with Zeb. I was just talking to Bevel about that actually. Because the ship itself has started to go down. I think it was a tenner off when I checked. And maybe a tenner, maybe 20. But I haven't seen it go down too much compared to the other Lego sets. Some of the other Lego sets are like 20% off easy, but Smart Play hasn't gone down and Mando sets haven't. Don't know if that means they're not selling as well. Usually they're on sale regardless. All the ships of the wave. I do want to build the Razor Crest. Originally, maybe you can help me settle something. Originally I was going to be building the Razor Crest tomorrow. But I kind of want to build the Anzelin Starship. What do you think? Should I run a poll? Razor Crest or Anzelin Starship? Feel free to let me know. I could run a poll. Razor Crest. The Anzelin Starship is the little one. And we won't be building the set verbatim. That sounds like a legal term. We will be mocking it out. Which ship should I build next? Whichever one we don't do tomorrow, we can always do on a Mando Monday. But this is for tomorrow's build. Like from the movie, the N1 is in the series. Well, the N1 is technically in the movie as well. Think the Razor Crest? Yeah, one background shot. That's the one, Moon. One background shot next to the height. A really nice one with the crest there as well. I got it as a Fortnite loading screen, which looks nice. And then you can also, I can't remember how you save those as backgrounds, but I remember there being something about downloading the loading screens so you can use them elsewhere. Maybe I dreamt that up. Maybe you can't. It's not something that's possible. I dreamt it up, and I think it is. But I'm pretty sure it is possible. Oh, where'd the grey ones go? Yes. Oh, where did I put you? Because you are just out. I knew it. Right. I'll keep all these pins out then. I do play Fortnite. I have been addicted to Droid Tycoon, and I hear there is another. I hear a little birdie told me it flew against my window, panting in the heat, and told me tweet, 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 tweet. And because I'm fluent in English Pidgin, I speak. Pidgin English is already taken. I speak. Pidgin. English Pidgin. I speak English Pidgin because I speak English Pidgin. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yes, Droid Tycoon. There's an update, and there's another droid on the way. I don't know if it's a variant of a droid or if it is another exclusive droid. They went from mythic to iconic. So there is a new line of droid, but I will be playing that event this weekend. I think that one's on Saturday. I know what I'm doing Saturday. And then the following week, I think there's a World Cup event in Smiths. And there's an exclusive poster. So I'll be going out for that. I'm trying to get my hands on that. I do love, it's a Lego event. I do love a Lego poster. And that's UK Smiths. Maybe worldwide. But I know it's in the UK. Might be worldwide. Who knows? I don't know if they localize events or not. What did I have? Dark tan. You're back back left. I think that's back left. Gotta try it. You play other Star Wars games in Fortnite. The Vader one. Have you played the Vader? If you don't like horror games, maybe don't play the Vader one. If you don't mind horror games, you like being spooked a little, Vader is cool. I don't know what it is. Even after playing the new Resident Evil, I think I find the Vader one scary. I think I'm more intimidated by Vader than, you know, monsters and that sort of stuff. Something about Vader's presence just chills every time. I've seen Vader so many different ways, and I know Vader is ultimately Anakin. You know, that Donnie from the Clone Wars. Sorry, spoiler alert. I've only marked it for, I don't even think this is marked for Mando spoilers. It's been a week today it's out, so I think it's safe to be talking about it to a degree. As long as I don't run through the movie every time. There'll be some people that haven't seen it yet. The Vader is peak, yes. Was thinking about getting Resident Evil, but you don't know, do you get 4? So I've only played, oh wait, no I did play 4. Did I? No, I don't think I've played much of 4. I think I played a little bit of 4. I mainly played 7, 8, 9. And I think that's where we're at. I get so confused with the timeline, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy coming in at 7. Maybe at one point when they finish the remasters, maybe I'll go back for it. But I started at 7, and so this new game was my introduction to Leon, which is nuts. Because it's like starting Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Ultimately, I'm not going to spoil the game, but I recommend playing it. I had a lot of fun with the new one. A lot of cool things as well that I did. I didn't realize there were so many accidental choices in a Resident game. The amount of little shortcuts and things that I dodged in game. Always impressed with Resident Evil. Always a good game, I think. Even like back in the day, I don't think the games have aged as well. I don't know, there's a few arguments for some of the games, but for the most part, it has aged healthily. It's aged healthily. Almost forgot your earmuffs for work. As like ear dampeners or ear warmers. We call them all earmuffs here. Like ear dampeners is still in this weather Oh, I mean, sometimes it's worth it. You don't want to damage your ears. But ear warmers, oh, can't be doing with that. Not in this heat. What do I think of the sequels remake? Heard they will shoot it again. What, the Star Wars sequels? No, I don't think they're remaking it, but I think we're getting more sequels, like with the prequel trilogy. Why do I keep getting an ad in chat? Go away. Ear dampeners, but it's still probably too hot. So I feel for you there, but at least you're not aiming to warm up your ears anymore. Yeah, I don't think they're reshooting the sequels, but I will say yesterday I spent the entire day reading through Thrawn, and I could not put the book down. So I've read through the first 3 books of Thrawn. I started those years ago. Maybe it's worth rereading them afterwards, because so much gets pieced together in the Ascendancy trilogy. I've got through, so I finished the second Ascendancy book. Good question. Did I finish that the weekend, or did I finish that literally Tuesday night? I think I finished that Tuesday night. I finished the second one, and then Wednesday morning, I love to take a Wednesday off. I knew I had nothing going for the day, and I started reading the book after breakfast. I got about 4 hours in, and then had a little break, got something to eat. I then did another 4 hours of reading, 4 and a bit, but 4 hours of reading. And then that evening, I read another 2 hours. 2 hours. So I got through 10 something hours. I think it was about 10 and a half hours in total of Thrawn yesterday. Oh, that book was amazing. I debated staying up. I only had, I think it's a 16-hour book. No, that's not right. It must be like a 14-hour read for me. Maybe I read a bit quicker. But I got through another 2 hours this morning, and I literally have 2 hours left of the book. So I think, if not tomorrow, this weekend, I will have it finished. That book, it's the best book. It's the best book by far. There are some really funny bits. I really, there were 2 bits that I found really funny in it. And it's a very serious book. So much going on, but it's so good. It's so good. You think they should leave the sequels like that? I agree. I think the sequels are solid, but they need to be embellished. They can't be left as is, because at the minute the sequels is feeling like A New Hope into Empire, kind of. New Hope into Empire. All right. A New Hope into Empire if Luke kills Vader. If Luke manages to strike a blow to Vader. That's what it's feeling like. We still need that third leg of the story, which I think is going to be Rey's new Jedi Order. But right now, I am so excited for the Thrawn saga, the Mandoverse, which is very quickly becoming the Thrawnverse. Won't be the Mandoverse for too long now, will it? Not if Thrawn has anything to say about it. But yeah, Thrawn, if you haven't read Thrawn, if you like reading, read Thrawn. It is, I think I can say now that the Thrawn saga, I mean, I haven't finished the 3rd book. It could end really badly. It's setting up for a big finale. And everything's lining up. There are so many short chapters that are like 10-minute reads towards the end of the book. And each chapter is just making connections to the other books, lining everything up. And then you're like, oh, so that's why Thrawn did that. Oh, that's how Thrawn learned that. That's why Thrawn thinks the way he does. And oh, it's one of the most satisfying reads I've had, because I don't think any book I've ever read has connected, has lined up the way that this Thrawn book has. It's so good. So good. It'll be winter in Melbourne in 4 days. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. So it's, yeah, because, science. I forget about science sometimes. Of course it is. I'm sat here in the heat thinking everyone else is suffering. And Australia's here building snowmen. maybe not that cold, but I wish. That would be a fun thing to do then. Go to Australia for our summer and then be nice and cool. Added to the list. Maybe I'll tour Australia at some point when I got something to tour about. Have I played Battlefront? Yes, the Battlefront 2 campaign I loved. And that is another book I've got on my list. So the next one is not Heir to the Empire. It's the heir to the heir of the, but it's the non-Thrawn one. Once I finish this, where am I? Yeah, so my May book, right, we're behind with reading. We've got until this weekend. I could probably start a book this weekend. I definitely can't finish one. Don't have the time for that. But I want to read... What was the other heir? I've got one of the other books. No, it was the Thrawn. So the other Thrawn books. I've got Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, The Last Command. And then I've got a few of the others like Choices of Command, Path of Destruction, and some of those books. So I'm basically going through a Legends binge for the rest of the year, so I can read up on as much Thrawn as I can get. And then once I've done with that, I'll get into the other canon timeline. Because the only canon timeline I've got an image of is the one in that third Thrawn Ascendancy book, which I think that's 3-4 years old. I don't remember when it came out. I got it pretty quickly. Thrawn Ascendancy. Smash that. Book 3. When did that come out? Book 3 release. 2021. What? Lesser Evil. Yeah, which was name dropped, by the way, in the book. I saw that. And I think Greater Good was as well. I remember reading that. What was the first book called? Ascendancy, Chaos Rising. Oh, that was dropped like 1,000,000 times. They spoke about the Chaos Rising and yeah, not Treason. Lesser Evil. And in Lesser Evil, I don't know if they include the storyline with all the other books. Cover gallery, maybe? No, these are all the covers. Well, I am reading digitally, so this is just the cover that I've got. The typical one. November 2021. Oh, US hardcover US. Oh, these are all the US editions. I don't think it really changes, but there is a. I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find the. There's a page at the start with the timeline of canon books. That's what they call it. Oh no, this is not it though. This is not it. This is everything. So High Republic's included. I still need to read through that. I've only started. Wait. I've only started Light of the Jedi. That's the one. Which I thought was the first book. What's ON? Original novels. So junior novels, I think we can get rid of them. Young readers. Young adult. Young adult can be alright. Novel adaptions we don't need. Junior novels, script books not yet released. Let's hide young adult novels and see how many of these I've actually read. Master and Apprentice. Solid. That's a solid book. The Glass Abyss. Windows got his own. Oh yeah, I want to read all of these. Catalyst I've read. Brotherhood. No, Brotherhood I've bought though. I haven't read that. Basically this is what I want to read. This is my reading list. Dark Disciples on it. Chaos Rising takes place 19 BBY. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Takes place before, currently to, and after Thrawn alliances. It gets so confusing. Outlaws has a book. Yeah, I don't know half these books though. Sanctuary's on my list. Tarkin I've read. Lords of the Sith I read ages ago. I want to reread that. Battle Scars is the Battlefront book. There are so many good books. And then you've also got, so Aftermath I read. That was sort of my into this. Aftermath, Thrawn, Tarkin, those books got me in. Alphabet Squadron, that has Alphabet Squadron, Victory's Price. Is that part of the Alphabet Squadron novel? And there's another one, Resistance Reborn? No. Last Shot is the Han Solo one. There's Shadowfall, Alphabet Squadron. Those three I think I've got as well, so I'm ready to read those. Basically, this is what I want to read though. All the original novels, which is gonna be fun. Some of the authors and people writing these books, I don't even know how they come up with half of it. That's what I was reading with Thrawn. I was like, all right, they've got right on the edge here with hours worth of reading to go. I was like 2/3 through the book, and then more's happening, and then more's happening. I'm like, what? That's crazy. How? When? Just got the newer Battlefront 2 for free on the Epic Games Store. Done us dirty again. That's awesome though, because Battlefront 2, yeah, it didn't pop off this May. I hopped on it once and looked to be pretty empty based on the fact I couldn't load into a game. But maybe that was just a down point in the servers. I don't know what time that was. Might have been early, late, both. But yeah, didn't see many people playing it. Sure there was an audience still. Always for Battlefront 2. Campaign is amazing. Actually, if you haven't played through the campaign, it's worth getting. Not even watching through. Not too cold. The lowest it gets is a high of 10 degrees. I wish there was a high of 10 degrees here. Oh. I mean, it was nice when it dropped back down to 20 something. That was nice enough. 10 you could wrap up. Oh, imagine. Always forget Fahrenheit's a thing. Same. Because I was never taught it. You don't get taught it in schools outside the US anymore. There might be the odd exception, and if family use it, then perhaps you do grow up knowing it, but for the most of us, Fahrenheit just doesn't exist. It must be awkward because there'll be more people converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. The conversion in general is a bit weird. Not as straightforward. That's what I mean by weird, by the way. I'm not calling you weird for using a certain measurement. Have at it. As long as I can keep my Celsius, I do not mind what you measure temperature in. What's the weirdest thing? All right, now I'm down this rabbit hole. What's the weirdest thing you could measure temperature in? Cups of... No, not cups. Foods. You could measure it in foods. Because some foods, you could go spice. Oh, spice is a different feeling to temperature though. You could do anything that has to do with temperature, I think changes too often. I was thinking blankets. That tells you how cold something is. But if it's what I would consider room temperature, especially now, it's going to be 0 blankets. And anything hotter than that, you could get -1 blanket maybe. How do you get -1 blanket? Half a blanket. No, ain't no one cutting blankets in half. Not around here. See, it takes me a while to convert between metric and imperial, just those two words, because I never grew up calling it the metric system. It was just a system, I guess. It was never the metric system, even though that's what it's called. I never even used that, going through all levels of math, and not once. I don't think I ever said metric. I'm trying to think if metric can be worked into a different sentence. I don't think I would have said it though. Imperial lots of times, but that's because I have Star Wars on the brain. That doesn't count. They're not the metric troopers. The metric troopers are a little short for a trooper. Would that even work? They're the same height. Highest for summer is 40 degrees. I'm happy it doesn't get that hot. I think if the UK got 40 degrees, right, I think I would melt. I think I'd melt before my Lego would melt. 40 is great. Forget about the atmosphere and how buildings are built. We're just not used to high 30s. High 30s is a tough day. 40s, I wouldn't feel anything past high 30s. My skin would just burn. Very much different systems based off standards. Yeah. I wonder though if there is another measurement. Perhaps there was another measurement, but it just wasn't used. It wasn't kept. And therefore got lost to time. Lost to time. Or someone's still using it out there. That's the good thing with everything. I mean, aside from the Library of Alexandria, which was allegedly the biggest loss of information, everything's kept pretty secure. Maybe that's why it's kept secure. Maybe that's a towel to make sure people back up their data or back up videos or whatever it is. And then people started charging on it as well. Maybe that's what it is. It's these cloud services making up stories so we protect our data that won't be lost. No, there is always that chance. You don't want to risk it. But that would be a play. Boy, would that be a play. How far? It looks like we haven't done anything in this tub. And I have been talking a lot. Oh no. This is a little lower. I think it was this side last time. Still a ton of these blue pieces. This can't just be the UCS ATST. No chance. There's gotta be... It could be. But that's a big set. It was a big build. It was a dense build, I think. And that's where the parts have come from. Half of these were hidden on the inside. Shying away from the light. Never to see the light of day. And now they're in a tub. Although, this gets me my grey parts back. So, this is needed for the Razor Crest. Honestly, the Anzelin ship as well. I couldn't have built either one of them without going through this tub. Not a lot of big plates, but the little slopes. Let's deal with this first. The little slopes and other elements hidden throughout this tub that I've forgotten about existing because, well, because they've been in this tub. Because they ain't been out. They ain't been away elsewhere. 6s and 5s. Had to convert from Imperial to metric when you were working in retail, as most people know their pant sizes in Imperial. Oh, hold on a second. Imperial as in inches. Yes, I think clothes measurements are different, aren't they? In the UK, it's inches. It's not, I mean, I would measure it in centimeters, and then if they want inches, I will convert. But that was just an odd measurement to me. I mean, tape measures always have centimeters and inches. It's never dawned on me that that's a different system of measurements. It's just like an old currency to me. And like feet and miles per hour, I don't do miles per hour, it's kilometers. Kilometers per hour, or I have no idea how fast that is. I need a second. It'll take me that long to convert, which isn't long to be fair. If you go in miles or kilometers per hour instead of meters per hour, not very long at all. You go back there. Yeah, I forgot about that. Inches for clothes. I don't even think centimeters is written down in many clothes. A lot of the time I just try it on. If it fits, then I wear it. If not, then I don't wear it. I either take it back or I modify it. I'm a big modifier. Exactly how I am with Lego bricks is how I am in pretty much any other walk of life. If it doesn't work, I take it apart, find the problem, and I fix it. I am... Oh, and I'm stubborn as well. If I can't get it to work, I will work on it for ages, especially if it's a machine. I'll usually request a replacement, but then if they say, oh, just get rid of it or whatever, or just, you know, do whatever with it. Some things do have to be got rid of. I would get rid of it. But if they not fuss what happens with it, I will take it apart and try and fix it. Sometimes it doesn't work, but the curiosity in me cannot be helped. For some reason, the conversion flagged up for review by YouTube. YouTube? Ah, but which way? So is YouTube Imperial? Like the imps? Those Imperial stormtroopers? Or is YouTube metric? I like to think YouTube is metric because YouTube is global. Metric's global. Imperial is a very US thing. Although, I wonder why it's in clothes. I wonder why we measure clothes by inches. I think it's probably because changing rooms, you just fit it on. They're so inconsistent a lot of the time. It depends on the material. It depends on so much that you go in, you try it on, and not to make anyone sound not young, but us young'uns, oh no, can I say that anymore? I'm old enough to be in a museum, which isn't that old. It isn't. A Sony Walkman from 25 years ago has entered the museum. So if we're older than 25, then apparently, I can't believe that. How is it in a museum? That doesn't work out. It would make sense if they're putting everything in a museum. Anyway, maybe it's because we haven't brought it up. We haven't talked about it. I haven't thought about it because I don't use those measurements. So they're there for people that know their size in inches, and I'll just try it on. If it was centimeters, I don't think I would measure up most of the time. The only time I measure up is if I'm ordering something online and I'm not sure it will fit and I want to get a nice approximation. Otherwise, I'll try it on. If it don't fit, I can sew it together. I can make it fit. I can fix it. Star Wars is another thing. It completely doesn't use any real life measurements and starts making up its own sort of equations as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's said fast enough that you can't process it on purpose because they know it doesn't work. Sometimes, only sometimes, rarely does it not work, but Star Wars has been caught out on the odd occasion. I think they try and run everything by someone to make sure it makes a lick of sense, but about 1 inch was treated as 2-3 centimeters. Yeah, I do 2.5 exactly. I think if I remember correctly, an inch is 2.46. It's one of those funky numbers, like the same days in a year. It's not exactly 365. There's that extra little bit, which is why we have a leap year. But then every couple of years, technically we should lose a day, I think, which hasn't happened allegedly for over 100 years. But even then, there's no exact record on it. Thousands of years ago, they used to skip days just to set up with the sun, which maybe that would appease the heat gods. It'd stop it getting hot. We just need to skip a day. Totally works. Tried and tested by... I can't claim that. I'm the legal expert. I don't know how that ended up. Whoa. Where did you come from? Also, we've now seen the Pokemon Smart playsets and the AT-AT, but no sign of either of them. Maybe they are waiting. Maybe Lego are waiting till after the June 1st wave. I don't think there's a need to wait. I don't think there's anything too special coming out June 1st. Is that an unpopular opinion? Am I forgetting about a bunch of sets? Currently working in scaffolding. You multiply foot by 0.3 to get the metric measurement. Yeah, that sounds solid. I suppose scaffolding and a lot of walks of life. That, what did I say for inches? 2.46. That 0.04 centimeters does not become significant unless you're working in the hundreds. And if you're working in the hundreds, chances are you'll have a calculator or a system to do it for you. You wouldn't have to work out the math as your own. Okay, there's a few fun sets, but there's no big sets. Minas Tirith is the big set, and you could say Main Street USA. I think that's too niched. That's too niched of a set. And there's a few Shrek sets as well, but I'm still waiting for the CMF. I'm still waiting to take a look if we get a CMF, and if we do, I want to say when we do, but it's still an if right now, then how many of them I'll be picking up. Maybe we do a mystery builds for all of them, and I pick up one of every single one just to get some Shrek builds. We end up building the entire movies. I was going to say movie. They probably won't cap it at one. They'll probably do as many as they can. All right, you're down here. Yeah, definitely need another table. I think if I kept this bit clear. Oh, the plates could have gone straight back. Any bigger plates? No. If I keep that corner clear and just keep bringing these plates out, these trays out. All right, any slopes? Course not. Not that I've poured it out now. Oh, there's one. Aha! Efficiency. Wait, I can't see it. There's a system. Once we get it, we'll get it down on lock, but we got to get it first. We got to get there. Lego should have its own. I know we've got studs. Lego should have its own completely separate measuring system. Just something, not studs. It has to be something that works with, I guess it would be like studs and bricks. You'd have your centimeters and inches, but there's got to be something that works with both. Yeah, like fives. 5 plates tall or 2 studs needs to be one block, one chunk. That way you could then work, you have your 5s. Well, you'd have to split it into 10. You'd have to split it into 10. Every 0.2 would be a plate. Every 0.5. No, it's not quite a brick though. Not quite a brick. 0.6 would be a brick. Stud, we're doing stud width. That's why. So you split it into 10. Yeah. Wait, that's a Lego measuring tool. So it'd be a ruler that goes up in, rather than a base 10, let's say, it wouldn't be a base of 16. It would go up in increments of 16 millimeters. Now that would hurt your head after a while. Trying to use that. Because then you'd have to times it by 1.6. But it'd be handy for Lego bricks / plates. But then you're looking at 2 studs is 5 plates. You'd still need numbers on either sides. It looks satisfying though. And then for bricks, you just divide by 3. I prefer working in plates. It's a bit more accurate. It's kind of like inches to centimeters. The whole 16th. That's what we'd be working with. Only you'd be dividing it by like 4 with a halfway point. So you'd have and a quarter and no, would it be 5? it'd be a fifth. And what's a fifth of 16? Ugly. That's what that is. Shout out to the fifths of 16 out there. That is an ugly number. 3.2. Yeah, let's not deal with that. Oh yeah, of course it'd be 3.2. We're talking about Lego. That's the height of a plate. 3.2 millimeters. New Pokemon sets are a bit too blocky. Normally I like the blockiness. I think though they're just a little too... They're a little too... I don't want that. A little too... Charizard ain't too bad for a small set, but for the price, for the parts used, how is this 750 pieces? What was Simba? 200? Simba was 200, and Simba's using probably a few more bricks. Simba looks to be a bit bigger. But look at Jolteon. Jolteon's got about actually a much smaller head. Simba's head's about 6 bricks wide, and how long? It's about 6 bricks long as well. So Simba's rocking a 6x6 head. Jolteon, what's that? A 6x4x4. Even the height of Simba's head is about 5 and a bit plates. Simba's amazing. Also got this round plate. I think they should have used that for Jolteon. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I can kind of see, how are you even meant to activate these little shooter bits? Do you just throw the Pokeball? Do you throw the Pokeball and it hits something? How's that meant to work? How? It does not make sense to me. Maybe that's the problem because we've seen a box and we haven't had it explained. But again, parents aren't going to look for a YouTube video of someone playing with it. Are they? Kids might. Kids might, and actually adults that want it will, because that's what I do. I'm excited to get something. I will look for all the videos on it and get everything I could possibly know on it. Sometimes it helps because I want it less and then I can resist it more. But most of the time I end up wanting it even more and end up getting it even quicker, missing out on an even better sale. But yeah, with things like Simba, I do think Simba was amazing. Simba was a good deal, not just a great set. But there are some of the newer sets. The Pokemon name carries that. The Pokemon name sort of says, whoa, hold on. There's a Pokemon tax on that. No, I'm sounding like Star Wars fans. No, I am a Star Wars fan though, so yes, at the same time. The Pokemon tax is real. It's coming for you. Hide your Pikachus. Oh, they're not great prices. But then I don't expect them to be, as long as they're on sale. That's the problem I got with the Smart Playsets still. They've been on sale, but their sales ain't good. Their sales have not been Lego sales recently. I could stomach 140 quid when it was still dropping down to like 90, because that was all right. That was fair. But if 140 quid's going to drop to 130, all right, now I have a problem. Why are the sales going? Bring back the sales, the good ones as well. Which is just a good sale, not any particular set. I'm not lobbying for any specific set, except for the MTT. You know, MTT dropped below 100 to about 90. I would still be tempted. Hello there, Babalas. Welcome back. Welcome. Maybe we should have put together the AT-AT and it would have been quicker breaking it back down. But we're making a dent. Right. We're making a dent. We're about 20% through in 2 hours. 20%. 20% through. Let's hope there's a ton of plates that we've just shaken to the surface. Also, I'm not like clearing the desk before I move on, because I am trying to go through as many of the bigger parts as I can. Like these plates. Look at that. Boom, boom, And we don't want them to go all the way down, but I do want to push them gently. Oh, wait, that's what we need. We need a little stand at the bottom that will stop them being pressed all the way, but will keep them half pressed in, which is perfectly legal. You just toying with a clutch a little bit, because then they're kind of locked. But if you want to break one apart, you just put your finger either side. We've got it. That is it. The problem is, second plate, you start pushing and automatically it will start pinching together the previous plate. I don't think there's a way we can press pieces together without them holding. Although for these plates, especially the 2x6s, 2x8s, you might as well stud them together, because they're easy to take apart. Easier to take apart. It's some of the bigger plates, any of the 4x plates, I'd recommend against doing that. I would not fancy having to pull those apart. Oh, the little feet as well. I don't even know where they're going, because they're kind of Technic. Do I have a spare Technic bag? Yeah, these engines need a friend. They can go in there. Heard the heat wave's pretty bad. It's good. It's good today. It's actually meant to have rained and then it wasn't. And then it... What? That's the best thing about England. The downpour. For as much as us Brits complain about the rain. I don't know what that was. Arr, maybe British matey. You know, us Brits complain about the rain. I do love a downpour after a heat. After any heat. After any heat whatsoever. Let it rain. Let the, what do they say? Heavens open, cats and dogs. All of those things. Bring it all down. But no thunderstorm yet. I don't think the thunderstorm was really on its way, but there was meant to be a little bit of rain tonight. So it'll be nice and fresh in the morning if we get the rain. If we get the rain. Razor Crest is doing pretty well in the vote. So at the minute, it looks like we'll be back tomorrow to build the Razor Crest, which I am excited about. My plan for it is to hollow it out as much as I can. So when we built through the Falcon, Smart Play Falcon, which still got that, yeah, still got that built over there. You can't see it, but it's over there. Still built. What did we do with it? We hollowed, as we built through, we tried to use as few elements as we could. So if there were a few plates with a brick in between, I'd just use a bigger plate. I'm going to do that with the Razor Crest, especially on the top and especially on the inside. The inside's empty anyway, so that will be easy. But on the top, trying to not weigh it down as much, because the more bricks we put on top, you know, the heavier it will be and the more it will press down on the lack of bricks on the bottom. But I want to get an interior in there. And I don't know right now if I'll be only accurate to Mando what we see, because the interior for the Razor Crest is a bed and a net, or starting to spit already. Hopefully it downpours. Come on, let's go. And yeah, not just a bed and a net. I want to add different bits from across the movie and not just what you typically find there. Little references to other scenes. Maybe we could do something like Endor where I add them off camera, because do I want to read Saturday or do I want to get another video filmed? I could record another video filmed. Filmed was so professional. I don't like that. Yeah, I could do another recording. Yeah, I kind of want to do another recording, I guess. Wait, why do I have double? Oh, okay. Don't know why that's doubled. Yeah, maybe I could do it. Maybe I put them together on stream, because for the people that haven't watched the stream, they still won't know those little Easter eggs. And then I have chat. Then I have you guys giving me things to put in the build, which That helps. That helps when I've got that little space and I'm like, oh, what could I put in? Having chat there with all your amazing ideas does help so much. Shout out chat. Fill those little gaps. You remember a few weeks ago there was a hell nap. A hell nap? As in a nap that comes out when it's hailing? Why did Google autocorrect halibut, which is a fish? Which is not just any fish, by the way. Let me get this image up that it popped up. I search for howlnut. Howlnut? For howlnut. And this is the image that pops up. This is not what you had in the yard around 7, was it? If this comes walking into your garden, I would be very impressed. This is... If this walks, I would be very impressed. I don't think it's going to be walking anywhere. Don't know about you. My money's on it not walking. Maybe it's a miracle. Maybe it is walking, but I'd put it down if it was. I don't think that'd be healthy. I don't know if I'd put it down. I'd be amazed by it for a while. Pressed N. Oh, there was hail at the yard. It wasn't this, but it could have been, that rain could have been traveling. And then, I don't even know what this is. A halibut. I know it as a food, but I don't know what it is. It is a family of right-eyed flounder. Wait, does it only have a right eye? I'm only seeing right eyes, but it's because no one's holding it the other way around. It's popular for Catholic holidays, holy days, holidays. Holy days, holidays. No, is that where holiday comes from? Holiday is a holy day. Originates from the Old English word holiday. Holiday spell. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to spell this. Spell that. There you go. I've put it in chat. Holiday literally translates to holy day by combining holy is up to the G for holy, and then day is the AEG, D-A-E-G, not AE, but you know what I mean. Holy day. They were exemptions from labor consecrated by the church. Consecrated is when it's having been made or declared sacred. Made by the church, made holy by the church. They were days where you didn't work because the church told you not to work, and now the government does. Technically the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth, The Commonwealth does bank holidays in the UK and for Commonwealth countries. And then Americans use the phrase vacation. I don't know where that comes from. That's not a holy day origin, is it? Vacation comes from, whilst we're here, it's vacatio, which is the Latin term from freedom and is to mean release from duty or exemption. To be empty, free, or unoccupied. Vacatio, freedom. That tracks. That tracks. I prefer our holy days. My mind blown. Made blown. Made blown. Yes, exactly. Holy as in so many plot holes. Yes, why? Why this day off and why not that day? There are plot holes in holidays for sure. Swiss cheese. Cheese day. Swiss cheese day. That's a holy day. Makes sense why most holidays are holy days. It does now. It does. There are so many religious bank holidays that are the saint of here, the saint of there. it's interesting learning about them. I have some family that volunteer with a church and stuff, and learning about the stories behind them are always interesting to me. I'm not religious myself. No, you do not count Star Wars. That doesn't count anymore. They've stopped that. I can't be a Jedi when I grow up. The government said so. Don't let anyone tell you can't be a Jedi. We're all Jedis at some point. You put your hand out. Oh, that's the Star Wars version of the Spider-Man. When you catch something, that's your Jedi. That's your Skywalker sense tingling. I don't want my Skywalker sense tingling. Not with what you did in Revenge of the Sith. No, thank you. I want to stay as far away from that as I can. The Swiss cheese! We got the Swiss cheese before I noticed the cheese slope. Although we've been putting away a ton of cheese slopes. I just haven't been calling them out. I don't even know where that plate goes. Alright, we're almost halfway. No escaping this time. We do have a lot of the snot bricks. What I should have done is... Oh! Not drawers. What I should do is every time we needed an element to put away, I keep... There we go. We've cracked it. I knew we would. I keep this tub out and I put this tub on the table down here, and then I have an array of all the parts we've used. When I'm mock building, say I need a 2x8, but I already have 2x4s down there, I will grab the 2x4s instead, and that will make it easier to part out, easier to buy parts if I get round to doing instructions. I'm looking into that. There's a sick way of doing that. It's going to take a bit of time still. That's it. Knew we'd crack them, and we did. Some drawers will have to come out, like the Technic. If we're using Technic bricks, I have to get the full drawer. But that's one of the only exceptions to the rule. Everything else can come out as 1 or 2 pots. Even cheese slopes. If we're looking for a specific color of cheese, hey, cheese come back. Then I get the 3 of them out. And then we can always put 2 away, or I can print a bigger tub, which I've been meaning to do for a while now. We'll see when I get round to that. I need a bigger tub for these grey plates. Didn't realise there were so many in here. Speaking of churches, it will be the church's 133rd anniversary. The church, as in the church. Churches, 133rd. Wow, that's late 1800s. That's quite a time ago. Surprises me how far back some of the religious holidays go as well. Because some things I'll hear and I'll think, oh yeah, I remember hearing about that at a certain point, and it would just be a story that's been passed down for decades. We're not, well, sorry, for hundreds of years. Potentially, but nuts. Your church is 133 years old. How's that compare to... Because I don't think many churches have... I guess in the UK it's different because there have been certain disasters that have probably knocked down a few churches. There's a lot of ruins of castles, but also something that's impressive, right, is how that church looks. If that church looks like a modern property, like someone could live there, they bought it for a church where it's been redone, then, you know, fair, they've kept them going strong. But if that church, if your 133rd church is older than Australia, see, now that's crazy. It's outlived the country. That's awesome. And if it still looks like a church, that is impressive. It's that extra detail of it hasn't tried to become something else. If they've kept it as a church for 100, and it doesn't have to be the same church, you know, things burn down, things get destroyed, things need replacing. But if it still keeps that same general feel, that's even crazier. I mean, 133 years is a long time. Can't wait to see Lego be around for 133 years. Surely they don't slip up with smart bricks. No, not at all. I believe in you, Lego. Don't listen to those smart brick haters. I will take 2, thank you. You know where to find me. Actually, oh, that's something else I wanted to say. I haven't even. Maybe I should wait until Monday to talk about it, but it's not really to do with the magazine. I saw that I'm going to talk about it anyway. Maybe you'll remember it Monday. I've been keeping up with the European versions of the Lego Star Wars magazines, which they're not in Australia, are they? I think Australia would get the magazine before America, because Australia are almost a part of, I don't want to leave out New Zealand. They're almost a part of Europe though, Australia, kind of, in the ways that, like, spiritually, you know, as in they're included in a lot of European competitions, or a handful of them. And like, there's no, I don't know, it depends what sort of taxes you're talking about. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Maybe it's a good thing that they can decide that for themselves, what's good and bad. They don't have to go with the majority. But at the same time, not being in it isn't feeling any better over here. What was I getting to? Australia. Yes, I think they'd get the magazines before anyone else. You don't get the magazines, but you do compete in Eurovision. See, you got to balance the scales. You can't have everything. It's Eurovision or Lego Star Wars magazines. What are you choosing? And actually, Australia this year, I don't think I remember Australia's entry, but either last year or the year before, Australia had a banger. I thought it was really good, and that's what counts. It got my points. That's always fun. Good old Eurovision. No matter how silly it can get, something silly in a fun way it can get. I think their point system needs an update. Please. 3 years on a trot. No. I think with Australia, it's a lot of the distance, because it's not the cost. 100% it's the cost for America. It's so expensive to import and export them. There are the odd places doing them. No one seems to have held on for too long though, so hopefully we'll see a change. But at the same point, I'm not in America, so I don't know not to say I don't want it. Oh, that sounded bad. But to say I don't know what's going on in America. I don't think most Americans do. But there might be a way to get the magazine that just hasn't kicked off yet. Someone's been ordering the magazine for years now, and it's just been a little business or a little family circle. Someone's been paying for the imports. You personally would give up Eurovision. I think a few years ago you came runners up, and this year you came fourth. Fourth's not that bad. Let me tell you, fourth's good. I'll take fourth. I wouldn't mind fourth. I'd get 4 points. I'd take 4 points. Screw fourth place. I'd take 4 points. Dropping the donut on the fan vote 4 times in a row. And the amount of donuts there were from, like, the fan vote. I mean, there weren't a majority of donuts, but because they're only awarded to so many, there's not a real way they can change that without changing how the voting works completely. But I think the voting should change completely. I understand they don't want to weigh it to bigger countries. I just think they could give out more points. Give out a few more points. Make the numbers bigger. Although, again, if they make the numbers bigger, then everyone every year will get a high score. Maybe that diminishes the scores in the first place. Maybe there is no winning. Maybe we just got to get a point up. Our Eurovision entry this year was bonkers, and I love it for that. I do like the fun songs, the bops. Yeah, I think a lot of people would give up Eurovision for another service, though. And that's fair to say. And I don't think that's just Australia. I think if there were perks in it, Eurovision's fun, but it's not fun because you're competing. It's fun because music's fun. It is odd. Well, actually, I say it's odd with the Australia connection. I actually think that makes sense because Australia, I found out today, I did a little bit of digging, got very distracted, having a little look at Australia's tectonic plate. Because I always refer to Australia and the surrounding islands, including the Zealandia and like New Zealand, for instance. I always refer to as Oceania because Oceania is the region which consists of like 5 different tectonic plates. As I understand, I don't have an Australian or Zealandia education, so who knows what I've been told. But I did do GCSE geography, so there's that running for me. And yeah, so Australia, it does kind of share a tectonic plate with New Zealand in the same way that New Zealand shares like 3 tectonic plates, because it just stretches over the gap between 3. It's on a little crossroad of tectonic plates. So Australia kind of has its own it doesn't have it all to itself, but it is the only country on that tectonic plate. Hence the Australasia. I think it's Australasia because it's the Asian Sea that it covers. Again, GCSE geography, that doesn't mean I know everything. Yeah, the continent, that's what I know it as, Oceania. And Oceania is like 5 tectonic plates, whereas Europe is mostly 1 tectonic plate. I started hearing that recently. The European shelf, or the European continental shelf for the UK and some of the northern European countries. I don't like the idea that we've been shelved, like a Lego set that will never see the light of day. I don't like that idea, but it is more so an American way of saying it, because I think they have similar things with Iceland. Iceland is the shop. Iceland and Mexico as well. The shelves, the golf's pretty fun. Haven't played it in ages, but it's a banner ball. Every banner ball sport, pretty fun. So yeah, that was a little rabbit hole I went down earlier about Oceania, about there was something. Why was I searching about Oceania specifically? There was something I was searching it for. I don't remember. Why did I need to know Oceania? Maybe I just wondered. And I wandered down the rabbit hole. Maybe I wasn't stuck down there by my own accord. Oh, sloop. Yes. Hey. Let's get some more of these blues out the way. Oh, and the pins. Hello there, Nathaniel. Welcome. This blue tub might be full up by the end of the day. I feel like I had a bag full of them as well. That quickly disappeared when I built this. I need to have a little look. That's it. I need to have... I forgot about this. What even was that fish? The halibut. I can't remember now. How many blue pins are it? Male? Gender? Male? Why are they male? It's because they don't have eyelashes, isn't it? Lego, first you're ageist, now you're sexist. Why is this male? What about this figure is... I mean, this is Brick Out, to be fair. I don't think Lego are gendering their pieces. Male. Why? Why would you have... Is that for pins? It's okay, we'll look at that. We'll look at that in a second. We need the UCS set. I want to see how many blue pins. Let's sort by quantity. 32. There's actually more grey ones than blue, which is not great because I haven't come across half the grey ones. That means there are so many more grey. I've only got a bag for the grey ones. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit them in the black pins as well. Told you there was nearly 40. 1x2s. That's where my 1x2s have gone. We run out of 1x2s. Everything I build, they're in this tub. That's where you are. So I do probably need a separate tub for these 1x2s then, if there's that many of them. Crikey. That is a ton. That's going to be fun to part out. If we can get through half of this today, I feel like we could smash through it next week. If we don't finish it more today, we've got a bit more time to keep going. What am I building? I am unbuilding the ATST, the UCS one that I parted out. I parted out a while ago. We're just talking about some of the new sets, some of some geography in there. We've taken a look at some of the Pokemon sets, the ideas. We're just browsing through, seeing what else Lego's got in store for this year. And in that are the other summer sets. Summer, when is the first day of summer? Is it just come and gone? Is it coming up? The first day of summer is the 21st of June. So, this isn't the summer wave. Technically, this isn't the summer wave. This is the spring wave. This is the big spring wave, because spring would have been March, April, May, June. Yeah, so March to June. We didn't get a big wave in April. We didn't get much in May. This is the spring wave this year. And then the summer wave is August, which I hope will have hundreds of sets. That's what I hope. Not for Star Wars. I just hope we see a ton of sets coming out. Because I don't know if I'm going out for the June 1st. I definitely won't be going out June 1st for the Lego sets. There's nothing I got my eye on right now. Maybe I'll have a little look at the sales, but I don't think there's going to be many sales June 1st. I think the sales are going to come a week or so after. Because with June, there's going to be new sets. So there's going to be new people picking up sets that they may have missed in the background. Oh, there's the leaf. I told you as soon as I put it away earlier on that there was going to be, I said there was going to be like a bag full of leaves. That's the first leaf that I've come across, but there might be more. I don't think so. One hell of a balloon. That's satisfying to say. Thanks for hanging, Snow. Enjoy your shift. I think it'll be a bit funny that Lego makes female characters with exaggerated lips. You know what? I thought you were going to say hips. I don't like the waist of lady minifigs. I think it ruins the Lego style. I do think it looks a little Lego ugly, you know. It looks, let me get an example up. So no ATST pilots apparently that are not Mao. Wait, why did I put ATST there? Minifigure. Wait, why don't we flip this backwards? Star Wars. And we look for 387. So look at these figures. These minifigures are some hip, some waist things there. I just think it's odd that minifigures are blocked. This torso is a block. That's the size of the torso. Everyone's the same. What was the Animal Farm quote? Everyone is equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Every minifigure is equal, but some minifigures are more equal than others, because these torsos all line up. They will look the same shape, even technically Leia. I would cancel that Hut Slayer layer bottom right because they've started, look at the hips, look at the waist, not the hips. The hips are down here. Look at the waist, the printing on the waist. And then look, these figures are great. So it seeps through there for the Hut Slayer layer. And I don't, maybe it's because it's a topless fig. I do think the topless, what topless men have we got from in Star Wars? We haven't got a Kylo figure. We got a Hot Tub Trooper. They're not called the Hot Tub Trooper. It's probably, wait, UCS Death Star. It's one of the 4 of these. They probably didn't call it UCS. Death Star. And we want the big one. Yeah, where's that expensive trooper? That's like the priciest piece of this. With the dual molded legs. Hot Tub Stormtrooper. No. Where's the waist? Where's the waist on the Hot Tub Trooper? It's not just topless me figures. I do think part of it is that whole social media. I mean, you don't really get Photoshop now because it's not really as important. But I'm sure there's still some people that Photoshop waist and that to accentuate features. I just think Lego shouldn't be feeding into that. Lego is for everyone. They have the whole she built that, which it is a sexist campaign. Like there's no way that shines light because they're not showing off any Star Wars sets. They're using it to promote Disney and flowers, botanical builds. They're not, sometimes creator builds, but it's always the animal ones, never the pirate ship. I hate that campaign because it's like saying, oh yeah, you can build this, but then you're sort of signposting the builds that stereotypical. It's not great on Lego's behalf. But where are the joints? I guess no, the 6-pack and that doesn't count. Why no waist on the Hot Tub Trooper? That's what doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to do it to topless figs, do it to topless figs. But it gets worse because if I get some newer figures here, all right, a Sarge, that's the newer Asajj, newer Ahsoka, newer Leia. The Kaminoan. Are the Kaminoans even gendered? This is my rant for the next couple of minutes, by the way. Stick through, we'll ride this wave out. Waist. Because they can't, whoa, they can't be the same width as other minifigures. That's not right, is it, Lego? Asajj. We've got Ahsoka. Waist must be smaller than a Lego figure. We can't have Ahsoka's waist be the generic size. You can see the steam coming out my ears. Yes. It annoys me. I think this is ugly. This little black triangle. It's one of the worst things about minifigures. I would have that removed over dual molded legs. I would take no dual molded legs in Star Wars for 3 years. 3 years. That's where I'm capping it. No more than that. Let's not push it, right? I want dual molded legs in 2030. But 3 years I would take if it means they remove this. Like, why is the belt just squeezing? It's weird. The Kaminoans. Like, even on the back. This one kind of makes sense because they are very slender creatures. But then you've got to build out the shoulders anyway. Why not make them mini dolls? Because mini dolls are... They have a whole... What did I even put? They have a whole... like sleeker look to them. That's all built out, and it's the same for minifigures. Friends, yeah, it's the same for everyone, isn't it? Look, it's the same for everyone. That same tall look is on every minifigure, which is pretty cool, is it not? Like you could be any one of them. There's no shorter legs. I guess you've got the smaller figures, but everyone's the same height as well. Ayla Secura, same things around the waist. Rey's wearing loose robes here. Same thing around the waist. Oh, it annoys me so much. There's nothing that annoys me more than the Lego waste printing. It's so odd. I'm sure the people designing the minifigures haven't thought about it. It's one of those things that they do unconsciously now. All minifigures, like that's how they gender the different characters. But it is so outdated. I think that's the problem. But it's not outdated because they started doing it in the 2000s, sort of the 2010s period. Minifigures, I don't think City minifigures. No, there are some, especially gift with purchases have them. What about other IPs? I'm looking at like Looney Tunes. I can't see Lola Bunny. There's none of the other Looney Tunes characters have it. Lola Bunny, again, that black section. Why? If you took a Dremel and just carved that bit out, it would look so weird. Because it is weird. It would just look weird. But I guess Lego's not for everyone. Damn, deep. At least Simba looks cool. Look at that. That's a cool set. That's a good one. There are good ones about... No, is there anything else like that in Lego that... It doesn't have to annoy you, but you've seen people talking about it. Am I ever going to do a giveaway? Oh, I've actually got some plans. I'm just working it out if it would be a national or an international giveaway, because it'd be more expensive to do things in certain countries, and there are some that the UK just doesn't ship to, especially with wars going on and stuff like that. So there are a few bits to work out. But I am looking into it. Always looking into it, I guess. Guess you could say. Always have been. Would be fun to do. Especially if it's like a build competition. They're the ones that I want to do. Nothing big. Nothing like, oh, use 3 shells to build this mock. No, just like a little build. Build this speeder. Build this walker. Build this character. And see what people, and then to use that in a bigger mock and have a few of the submissions, send stuff out, and that is the aim. That is the aim. So this can be in a video in a few years' time when I finally have done it, and then it will be followed by some compilation of all the different challenges and giveaways I've had. That would be fun. Some 1x1s. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that, but like even side leg printing and that, a lot of it is just preference. But that grinds my gears. It's Lego at the end of the day, so how much it grinds my gears, well, you know, as much as a Lego brick would, but get rid of them. I need to do that. I tell you what, I say that, and a lot of the figures have been covered up. So the Hoth layer's been covered up, and there are a few like capes and not many cloaks though. Not many. Oh, lightsabers. Yeah, I do tend to try and cover them up with accessories or something. But there are a ton of minifigures that still need straight up redesigns. So I need to go through. Does my array even have... Yeah, I think so. On some minifigures, the lighter ones, like the Rise of Skywalker Rey, it's glaringly obvious. But then on some of the other minifigures, it's not. And I've replaced some torsos as well for versions that aren't as obvious. I'll have to look through it and fix all those figures one at a time. It will be so worth it by the end though. Having all the figures look uniform, oh, that's the goal. Oh, been a while for a Technic brick. I forgot which drawer. Still no rain. Still waiting for it. Not a drop. Ooh, cone. if there's any other Lego events. Wait a sec. There's the Lord of the Rings one. Did we get a non-Star Wars one for May? I think there was one. There was one at the end of the month. I remember seeing something. No, I must have missed it. It must have been last weekend or something. There was something happening. Lego Editions Fan Zone. This is the sport thing, isn't it? Lego Edition. This is at the Leicester Square store. To be fair, Leicester Square haven't had all of the make and takes. I've been going off Stratford's because they've had even more. Fan Zone, first floor. Build a football shirt to display or take. On the Keeper Challenge, build a football shirt. I guess it's like a small shirt. Build a football shirt. Capture your winner's trophy. Add a piece and leave your legacy on the Wall of Fame. That's cool. The murals that they have. That's good. But build a shirt to take. So that sounds like a make and take similar to the Star Wars ones that were for the younger kids, you know, a little build for everyone as they advertise, but with kids in mind. Something easier, something quick and simple to do. Well, straightforward, not simple. Straightforward. You can't find that piece. It gets hard real quick. Yes. No, yes, no, wait. Ah. But I'm lucky. I haven't done anything with those smaller ships. I don't even know where I've put them. I'll be putting them out in a few weeks. Oh, more 1x2s. Yes, 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 yes. Come back. Yes, I have never been so happy to see a 1x2 before. I don't think I'll be as happy afterwards, knowing that I need to create a bit more space for them, but oh, the tub's almost filled. And this is 1x1s, 1x2s, 1 length, 2 length, 3 length, 4 lengths, all in here. Maybe a few 5 lengths as well. It's almost full. That has been empty since we put this together. And it's coming back around. Yes. Ah, the enjoyment of 1x2s never be overstated. Oh, before I forget, let me check Stratford. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I can push these to one side. Make sure they're not flopping about. Stratford Lego store. That one. Any make and takes? Nothing. They've got a launch event, and that is all. So, what's the Builder football shirt? I'm intrigued. Let me know, what's the Builder shirt and when are the football shirts being announced for next season as well? Lego Edition Fan Zone football shirt. Football with 2 B's. Maybe it is something like the USA one. The team kit that's coming out. That's such a random set. Team USA kit. Like, it's not because they're the hosts, because Mexico and Canada also don't have one, and just many people in Canada that love Lego, and Mexico, a pair of them. Perhaps not as many that'd be willing to pay for it. Perhaps. Not as many Lego stores there, and they've got the new factory. So Lego are pushing America right now, and real easy to make money for them. Because costs going up, and Lego can just up their costs as well. Goes back to what we were talking about at the start of the stream about doesn't matter less people spending as long as this for the adult sets, the big sets, as long as they're spending more. But then Smart Play have done that with play sets. They tried to come up, and Lego are trying to pull a fast one, I do think, with Smart Play that's taken a lot of the attention away from other sets. But with the other sets, we're still noticing prices rising. And that's not happening behind closed doors, you know. They're on store shelves, we can see that. And I'm picking up a lot less sets. After spending so much on Lego the last couple of years, I mean, once you've got the parts to build most things, advent calendars, they're a lot of fun. Outside of advent calendars, I'm trying to think of another set that's an easy buy. And even then, advent calendars, they step up over £30. Oh, look elsewhere. There are some really good Star Wars advent calendars coming in at that £28 mark. Maybe we can build those in Lego. Let's try and keep advents affordable. But if not, just saying Lego, we got backups. Don't push too hard. Oh, it's been a while since a grey tile. Let me grab the tub and we can put those straight. Oh, no. Straight away. Light bluish grey. And was that a black? Few black tiles. Not the Nexo Night Shield. Oh, there was a grey one as well. Missed that. There we go. Some more tubs for the wall. That's the way. This is the way. Oh, What's happened to Mario? We just got Luigi's Mach 8. But has anyone heard from Mario? Is Mario safe? Is Mario all right? No, Mario's good. They've just come out with a few games this year, but Mario sets, I think it's the transition period. We're getting some bigger displays because minifigures are on their way. Rather than keep making sets and keep doing the sets that they were going to make, I think they've probably stopped them so that more people can work on the new sets. Maybe they'll go big with some of the craziest sets we've ever seen for Mario minifigures. I mean, it's got to be Peach's Castle. Got to be one of the sets. Disney Castle sized Peach's Castle and whack a ton of minifigures. You can't whack too many, but you focus on Toads. You focus on... Mario's got to be included. I would actually leave Luigi out of this. I would do an N64 Mario. I feel bad leaving Luigi out of this. I would though. I would leave Luigi out of this because I would want Luigi's Mansion. But I don't know if I'd want Luigi's Mansion next. I think it would go N64 Mario Peach's Castle. That would be a great build. And then, what would I roll with after? Because with the recent Mario movie success, I'd be tempted to do Rosalina's Castle. But you'd have to... Oh, actually, you could do and include a Yoshi. I don't know if Yoshi replaces Mario. I wouldn't want a Mario dupe. Maybe you'd include Mario. Maybe Mario can have a different costume, slightly stylized. Mario needs a suit. In that case, Luigi can come with Peach's Castle. Yeah, Luigi's in Peach's Castle. And then we'll add different suits for the different castles. And then when Super Mario 3, the movie, comes out, which is totally 100% gonna have Luigi's Mansion, we could get a place like that. But we're doing this Lord of the Rings style. I don't think that works for Mario. Oh no, we've got a grey pile. I don't even think you can see the grey pile. Big old stack of grey 2x3s. Building up. I've convinced myself that Mario 3 is going to be Luigi's Mansion. I can't accept it being anything else. It cannot be. It has to be, right? This is the way. This is the only way it works. I'm sure they'll put it off and do something else, and it will become this long running joke of Luigi, like Luigi goes off to this faraway land and gets a note or something, and it turns out it's just the start of the movie and then they pass for it. It will never be Luigi's Mansion. That would be funny. I think I could respect that, but still wouldn't be Luigi's Mansion. But Peach's Castle, like the Disney Castle, would be sick. That would be a set that I would have to consider. I probably wouldn't get it because it probably would be a couple £100, but I would have to consider because it's a monumental piece. The Disney Castle looks beautiful, and it's not easy to make something that size look that good. I think it's easier at a MIDI scale. The hardest part is finding the parts to use. But once you've got the parts to use, you know, you've got the parts, you've just got to put them together and make it look somewhat like it. The smaller the build, the more important each element is, the less elements you've got to play with. Which means, I'm not saying the less important the set is, that's not how this math is working. But it ain't far off. There's pieces in it. The easier it is to part out as well. A lot easier if it's smaller. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Cheese. Do we ever get black plates? I don't think so, and I feel like I keep putting this there. I'm actually going to move it over here because I feel like I keep moving it back and forth. We got some odd Technic pieces. Oh, stud shooters as well. Where were they on the... No, they weren't on the UCS 8080, were they? Stud shooters? Awesome if so, but I'm pretty sure no. Monocle and bars. I think there are enough bars to pull out. And stud shooters. Oh, cheese loop. I think we're coming up to about halfway. It would be cool to just push through, but what if instead of keep pulling them out, what if I flip it on its side and then lightning round? We lightning round it. Not lightning round. Wait, we could lightning round questions. I should have a few backed up. Some comments. Oh, that's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to get a list. I'm going to start putting comments in on a sheet, and then I can lightning round them as I'm... The lightning round is mainly for the parting out of bits, so I'm not going to be speeding through answers, but... Q&A stream. Wait, this could be a weekly thing. Hold up, that's genius. Although this is a lot more parts than I'm used to dealing with. And these, why do these parts exist? Half beams that are half the width of a stud, but we don't have any Lego elements that fit that same size. There's nothing that's half the width of a stud. Is there? First question, is there anything that's half the width of a stud? No, sure. Well, besides those beams, they're not a plate, are they? They're just bigger. Yeah, they're just bigger than a plate. I wouldn't even say they're 1.5 plates. They're 1.25, I'd say. Oh yeah, 1.25. Adds up perfectly. They're exactly 1.25. The 1.25 plates isn't even the studs. The studs are bigger than a quarter. I'm trying to justify it having like a crane or something, a smaller build where you need to layer them up. But I think the 1x2s work. Anything else? There are occasions. Technic is just technical. That's why it's called Technic. We don't need to draw any lines past that. It's technical. That's the answer. That's why it's half. Technically, it's complicated, and complicatedly, it's technical. Good old Technic. I am liking that. I'm liking some of the builds in the magazine. I didn't see, that's what I was meant to do Wednesday. I didn't see the magazine? What was in the Technic magazine? Oh, there is... Oh, you know what? I got the bookmark on here. I love it when you start typing and a bookmark pops up. Let's see if we can sort and talk at the same time. Although maybe 2 hands on the desk means no hands on the keyboard. So Technic has disappeared. Why has Technic disappeared? Bring it back. Bring back my Technic to me. Here we go. What is the build? The latest Technic magazine comes with... Is it a motorbike? Motorbike? I think. 4 great posters. This looks like a bumper issue. This is a big one. I think it's a motorbike. It looks... Actually, it's not the greatest. I'm sure it looks pretty cool in person. I think the angle I've got that's looking front on the left-hand side is not doing it any better. The angle I've got is questionable at best, but if it's got a gear or some sort of motor, something that spins, it's going to be fun. I like magazine builds that have something that spins. Minimum requirement going forward, have something, if they can. If they can, minimum requirement, have something that spins. I don't want some random Star Wars vehicle to start lifting off with a helicopter blade just because I asked for it. I need purpose behind it, but with purpose with great purpose comes great spinach. Spinning, not spinach. I do not like spinach. Spinning. With great purpose comes great spinning. You heard it here first. Smack that on a t-shirt. Where did the other slope go? Did I put it away? I put it away, didn't I? Right, the easiest thing to do would be to shuffle these intersections. We've got brackets. I need tubs. I need tubs for this. I need a drawer with spare tubs so I can shuffle brackets into one. I don't think there's enough tubs though to do this with. Like slopes into another, bricks could go in another drawer, and that would break down the breaking down, but it's less efficient. I'd rather part something out and put it away than part it into a tub, because we all know there's those tubs that we take forever to get around to. I know I'm not alone on this. I know there's someone listening, someone watching that is the exact same. And breaking it into bigger bins doesn't help because it makes it more daunting. When it's a Lego set, you look at it and you'll go, oh, I could pile that out sometime. Even if there's a shelf of a few of them, oh, you could pile that out at some point. You start piling that shelf up, adding sets on top, or even worse, breaking down the set into a bin. That bin, or I said, didn't I, that this can't have been just ATST pieces. There's the wheel. But I think it is just ATST pieces. I shouldn't do that when the light's right above. If I do this too, it's a rubber wheel. Maybe a few more times. But if you part them out into a bin, then suddenly you're dealing with this massive lump of Lego, and that's gone. That went rolling. Oh, and then you don't want to deal with it, and it's piling up, it's getting bigger. Next thing you know, you're swimming in it, you're sat in it, you've got Lego displayed on Legoception, and that's it. You have game over. Lego has won. Took a dark turn. We go back to you know what, there's been a few dark turns this stream, and that's okay. Light and darkness, as they say. 3s on the pile, and what were you? You're a 3x3 straight away. I'm gonna need another tile tub for the grey pieces as well. That's running out, and pins. Maybe I keep these bags open. I've got to remember to seal them. Do you think I'll remember to seal them before I put them away? I don't think so. I don't have that sort of faith. I don't have that sort of faith in myself. I think I'll probably tip them over and empty them before this stream's out. Although saying that, we're safe for May. I knocked down the N1 the other day. That is our fumble for May. Oh. I haven't been counting, but I think we're nearing the end of these blue pins. And same with these snot bricks. These 1x1s. I wondered where they all went. I think most of them ended up on this, especially because I added so many more than the set's even got. The set has a few, but we added even more to try and get a few more angles, details, and secure down the legs, I think, was the main part. To be able to secure the legs even further, not that they needed it. I now see that the set is a beast when it comes to securing together. Really cool elements. Right, the table has helped. No chance I would have done this without. What's the time? Oh yeah, we keep going. We've hit 3 hours, but we did start early, so we keep going and see how much of a dent I can make on this final section. I get this all done. I've peaked. If I manage to do it all, I've peaked. I'm not sorting out this much on stream ever again. 24-hour streams, no chance. We can't get this far. And no 8x16s. Am I still looking for some 8x16s? I think I am. I can't remember what I've used them. But I know I've used them. I remember using them for something. No, I know exactly what I've used them on. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian scene. That's what I've used them on. Oh, I need 2 more. But they're on the Mandalorian scene. We're going to have to sort something out between it. That little hallway we built with Grogu, that's what they used on. That was a fun build. And we're slowly expanding it with the walker. I do want to build the other room for the other side. I think that would be a fun little set. Having a lot of that together. That feels almost master buildery because it's a cave. Same thing with Hoth. You wouldn't want just a snowy cave on the outside. Although you could say that about Endor with the trees. The snowy cave is what makes it Hoth. You wouldn't want to get rid of the trees on Endor. Oh, more shooters. Definitely not from the walker, right? I still don't remember any of the stud shooters on the walkers. Oh, that popped up. Okay, no. Stop pressing it. Undo. Bricks, bars, wedges. Oh, more bricks, more bars, more bricks, more bars, more wedges. That means there's another wedge, because that's an odd amount. Yes. I think you're even now. I just hope these drawers can close at the end of the day. Get them sharp. That beam drawer, not shine. No chance. That is overflowing already. I think I had some Technic bricks at the back of that. I might be able to shuffle them around. Oh, ball joints, the larger ball joints, and all the other like Hero Factory size pieces. That's what's in there. There's a nice breeze now. It's a fan just off to the side, if you were curious. No rain, sadly. Doesn't look like it's coming today, unless it's been and I missed it. But I think I would have heard it. We can do that. We can do it. We can get through it. Technic brick, Technic beam. Float. Falls. Ah, balls for the drawers. All right, I don't think we're going to get through it today, but I think the next time we pick this up, we have made the biggest dent I think we could have in the time that we got given. Well, no, I suppose I don't actually think I could have done this any quicker than I did. Might as well put away the poles while we have them here. Not brick and all. And then what I can do, I do have a smaller tub. So I can empty this tub into that one. Should have put it in a tray so we've got all the pins on the same level. Oh, no, no, no. Wrong pins, wrong pins. No, not at the last hurdle. Don't start mixing up pins. Oh, that's the last thing I need. That'd be worse than knocking over the N1. Like I said, with the N1, towel fell off, a few other pieces scrambled. But that was easy to put together, especially because we'd only built it the day before. Any other blue pins? You know what? I think I will shuffle this into that sorter, and then I might even chip away at it, like tomorrow, pre-stream, or over the weekend. I don't think there's that much. Oh, more leaves. No, stop. You're not here. You're not real. Leave me alone. Yeah, I think if I actually get rid of the parts that I've sorted off, like these slopes, then I could sort this out real easy. Because that separates bricks into 5 layers. And of those 5 layers, there's quite a big difference between them, but they're all meant for small bricks. Smash that. I think that's most of the slope. Oh, wait, another slope. Is that a slope? That's a different slope. Any more slopes? Going once. Going twice. You're a brick. You're another one of those. Another one of those. No offense. Oh, there's one. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times and closed. All right, any other slopes will have to wait, as will the rest of this. I think I'm going to leave it there. Call it a little early tonight, but we got a load done. And let me just... There we go. Ignore all that. Ignore that. That doesn't count. We basically emptied it. We basically emptied... You know what? For anyone that skipped ahead to this part, we did it! We got it... Look! 3 hours! And we got it emptied. This isn't a trick. As in, there is nothing, like, in there hiding it. See? Look at that. Different camera angle. No Lego. Whoop. I'm going to count that as a success. I'm just going to be filling this tub with more bricks now, aren't I? What I could do is take from the bigger tub, put it in this smaller tub, and just have a section, just scoop it up, and that's what we can sort next time, because the bigger parts and the bigger plates are going to be so easy to do. And now that we've got that system with the drawer, whereas, oh look, there's some pins. So I go to the drawer, I grab the pin tub and put the tub down rather than the full drawer. I'm not going to need the rest of this drawer. The rest of this drawer, unless I've got arches, I'm not going to need the rest of the drawer. So that's going to help a lot. Any other pins while I'm here? And especially when building, I think it's going to help more when building than breaking down, because I use a lot more similar parts. If I'm breaking down one ship, maybe it will help. If I'm breaking down multiple, I think that's when it starts to be less effective. I've just piled it on tiles. All right, but like I said, I'm going to leave it there, try and clear some of these tubs away and move this big stack into that sorting tray, and any other loose parts around, I think I'm going to keep that sorting tray to hand so that we can get to sort in next time, which could be a week's time. We could switch up the day. It's what, a Thursday today. We could switch it up and do it like next Friday instead, and then the following week we could move it sooner, so then we're sorting more. Friday, Thursday, Tuesday, Monday, and then that Monday, Friday wouldn't work. Maybe we do a Monday, Saturday combo. We'll have to see. It depends on when I'm free. The next stream will be tomorrow, when we will be building the Razor Crest, and then hopefully doing the Anzelins on Monday. That'll be interesting tomorrow with the Razor Crest. We've now got a load of light bluish grey plates that we can use. I don't know if there'll be any other 1x2s. Maybe I can, if they're in the sorting tray, I can go straight to the tray. So that is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to create that interior, but that will be tomorrow. That is all for today. Let me bookmark the timeline of books. Can't lose that. Hopefully, maybe even tonight, I just, stay up a bit late, read the book, get it finished so we can talk about it tomorrow. But we will be talking about Mando tomorrow as well, as we kind of have today with a few more spoilers. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out through this sort of stream. Yeah, if you have any questions, wait for this to become a VOD. Comment them on the video, and I will add them to my list to be answering in future breakdown sessions. It allows me to talk a bit more than the comments. Don't worry, I'm still reading all the comments. I think I got around to them today. Did I not? No, I don't think I got around to them today. I will be answering comments at some point. What is this? What is that? Is that a drawer? Oh, it's the drawer reflection. Thank you so much. I'm losing it. May the bricks be with you always. Otherwise, I would